Right. Welcome back, everybody. We're all wrestling with our own little colds here and there, right? As the winter season. Uh, I'm personally wrestling a cough. Hoon is in the back suffering. Zedem seems to be fine.
Yeah,
You will pay for your crimes later. Do not worry. But we're back
already
with
did.
another BBO. I think this is the last one of the year before we go on our little break, and we're gonna break that, of course. I assume with the outplayed in the future. Bum stuff for great news. All right, Reza, and
Dude, shut up, Rez.
to celebrate with the last bi-weekly of this year, we have ourselves an absolutely stacked bracket with some really surprise names showing up. I think the highlight name that I saw that I was like, whoa, no way. I'm just gonna have to double check if he's in here, but I did see Jeese signed up. Yeah, Jeese is here. That's a crazy one to see return.
Yeah, been a fucking minute, man. Last time I saw this dude was Ascent Crash somewhere on stream.
Yeah, absolutely, and like people keep talking about him, and that he's an OG. Had to step away from the game from time to time due to health complications, and there's always the risk of being rusty when coming back, despite how deeply entrenched you were in the game for so long. But seeing his performance at Hesse Crash, there's definitely some moments where it's like, okay, but it's like riding a bicycle. At some point, it all just comes flowing back, and it it's something that I'm hoping to see here as well. Is that his absence from the game is only going to show temporarily, and then he might be able to accelerate back to form.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Jin Ghost, we also have Ali Reza in the bracket.
Okay, man.
This is the future fan rich, guys. I'm just telling y'all.
The strongest spike grinder of today.
For real.
Right, let's see what we got first up
Beijing
on the
May's
plate.
also back. Sick.
Yeah, exactly. Some really crazy returning names. So Beijing May, and then I'm not familiar with this one. Let It Lie, or Let Light Die. There we go.
That Tao
Hovering the
Shred.
Tao Kaka. Wow, that is something indeed. We don't get to see enough Tao Kaka around. Like you only get to see the pleasure of witnessing a character at offlines whenever Neek happens to be there. And between that, I think there's like one more Tao Kaka player, but the name's escaping me.
We actually recently had one, like literally last week, but it wasn't very long. And that's just how Tao games go. Sometimes it's like, 10k health. So sometimes Tao games are not too long.
No, but the trade-off for being such a low health character is that you can already see the mobility on this character here, where the drive is just all movement. You think like Hazama does a lot, but then it's just like, what if without the necessity of throwing a chain on the screen, I can just do these things?
And some of the normals are really good too. Like, very great to these already by Let Light Die.
Yeah, I think just the thing that's the trade-off is, like we already mentioned, the health and the fact that the defensive side of things is very limited, mostly reliant on system mechanics. So, going to be a case of good IBs, excellent, well-placed mashes. But of course, you gotta be tight with your Oki here because you do not want to let your opponent escape, especially a character like S, piloted by Bay here, who, as you can see already, has these long sword normals, devastating setups, and as well as the DP situations get really hairy.
Yep, and after that 2C, that instant overhead is just so incredibly nasty though to deal with. Even though there aren't really immediate low threats after 2C in particular, but yeah, that's still not normal to have to air block. I mean, high block there.
I'm gonna double check this real quick. Hoon, are you seeing the game?
No? What happened?
Okay, we are in. We are
Oh,
in.
so we're just podcasting.
No, we are
Okay.
casting. It's just that nobody's seeing anything.
What the fuck?
And the way we've been casting was just like explaining the characters.
Why rice pudding with that?
I'm in the room
Huh?
with you, but there is no one else.
Whoa,
We're
whoa, whoa,
watching-
whoa, what?
Wait,
Yeah.
what? This is a crazy bug.
It's
Hold on.
only us three in the room and no one else.
But you can see on it, like, I'm not crazy, right, Zedon? We're not hallucinating this game right now.
You're
AI generated game.
schizophrenic right now.
What the fuck is going on?
Did you update the IM? I have not updated the IM.
Oh
What
shit.
went
Yeah.
on was a DP into Fireball for a game end. I can tell you that. But other than that, I'm not sure. Should I screen share to
I'm already
Discord?
screen sharing it.
I'm
just
gonna
in
remove
case
the I am real quick and rejoin the room.
Okay.
Okay, so the latest IM is having supposed issues, and well, that's something. Well, only Zidane and I get to enjoy this game, I suppose, and for whoever loses it, it never happened, except for the score that's reported on the challenge.
I'm very sorry for this.
That's
Meanwhile,
okay.
chat, who do you hate more, S or Taukaka?
I think you have to answer S, like you have to.
To be fair, man, Tao can be pretty annoying, but S
That's
is
all the
definitely the
character
character.
is. It's the character's designed to be annoying, whereas just S probably wasn't, but just is. So S, Marga's wrong, classic. There's like two Taos, man. That's true. I think like most of the part for Tao Kakas is just nobody really gets too much matchup experience against them, so they just get to do their really funny knowledge checks and all this kind of stuff, and just generally capitalize on situations where you weren't too familiar with what is actually somewhere that they lose their turn from.
S players don't exist. Well, you're watching the only one right now.
Yeah. Well,
I
no,
swear
they're not
it's...
even watching the only one.
Oh,
We
that's
are.
actually true. We are.
We are watching it. Okay, well, Beijing takes
This is
2
not
to
helping
0.
the S players don't exist propaganda.
Is it over? Did you share?
Yeah, it's over.
Fuck.
Well, we're sharing it, but it's over now. It's all a bad dream. Watching S versus Tao, AI generated matchup.
So who won? What's the score?
Beijing won 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah, maybe S was not a real character all along in Blaze Blue Central Fiction.
I'm trying to think like a stupid little gimmick would be to ask like ChatGPT, hey, write up this matchup for me, how this matchup plays, and just compare it to what I would think and just like read it out loud.
Oh my
So
fucking
ChatGPT
God.
says the matchup like this. It's definitely slop content, but it would make for very interesting. Like, look how stupid this machine is to doesn't understand our very nuanced game. Silly robot.
Yes, S's 5D is very good. This matchup is something ChatGPT would say.
Yeah, I think the funniest part is like it would probably try to scrub old forums because any few like recent discussion probably for matchups are all taking place on Discords or like specifically character Discords, which is something that ChatGPT doesn't have access to.
Yes.
Which is also be something most average players don't also have access to because they really can't be asked with character Discords.
Real. Yeah, no, like I do remember one time I saw a tweet where somebody said just ask ChatGPT in Smash for stage counter picking and I won. But especially for niche anime games like this, I don't think asking ChatGPT out there will win.
Niche
Win
anime game,
games.
bro. This is one of the biggest signups at Frosties. I think it's got 2 days over Exert. We won the culture war against the cousin game.
The niche game wins from the also niche game.
They were big at one point, but yeah,
One
up
day
next,
will be esports.
there will never be esports. Thank God.
So just to be sure, we're waiting for someone, or are they
We're
already
waiting
playing
for
again?
Calazon, man.
Ah,
We are
Calazon,
waiting.
okay.
We are waiting.
Yeah, it's Geek Spider waiting right now for RKS Calazon, Matt.
Yeah,
Yo, I
Calazon.
love Calazon, Matt.
Yeah, the hallucinogenics have worn off. We are now back to reality. Scarecrow is no longer amongst us, and
He's coming.
Geek Spiders. Geek Spiders a new name for me. I don't know if you're too familiar with them, Zidane.
Nope, not at all. I know Calazon, man, though. Pretty sure they're Kagura. And they did pretty well.
Yeah. Calazon Man, if I'm mistaken, is on Kagura. But Geek Spider, maybe. See, I have to wager the guess seeing the Terraman body that, like on the avatar, that they play a variant of Snake character. That's a Jubei.
When I think of Spider, I think Arakune in the roster, but yeah, we both fought towards the animal kingdom, and he's gonna fight a dragon.
Mm. Okay, so Jubei being played in Big 2025 and not by Homeborn is definitely a very welcome surprise. Which is, of course, a very interesting character to consider because of course he has those really good dashes and such, and like really interesting little hitboxes. But the main thing I wonder if Calazon knows how to capitalize on the fact that he's always crouching.
Yeah, bro, Kogura with only crouching at first, that sounds really scary to play versus.
Yeah, I mean he can already auto mash like his 5C no problem, right? Because typically that would be a crouch confirm. Holy, look at 5K!
Yeah, this is where you get counter hit a single time with Kogura's Jubei, I can imagine. That seems really difficult to deal with.
Oh, nicely done. But what for the hero burst here by Geek Spider? Well, we gotta believe in the Lindworm at times here.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate about these hero bursts. Like, yeah, sometimes you do just eat a hit immediately and your whole burst bar is gone. Calazon still with full burst on deck and does excellent NTR right there.
Yeah, Geek Spider's looking for those like late double. Wow, interesting that worked out. But yeah, Geek Spider earlier was looking for those double jumps, trying to stall out, bait out an anti-air of sorts. But I think the one anti-air that you can always struggle to bait out is going to be the BFAF from Kagura. That just look how big that is. Like,
yeah, it's like, bro, you cross Kagura up and he will still hit you. You are way too far away from Kagura and he will still hit you. It's just anywhere except for full screen. I feel like that move will hit you. You know, Kagura players are like, it's okay. You need charge for it.
And there's a big fly swat of the JC, great air neutralizer for Kagura to bring the opponent back to the ground where he can leverage his really big and powerful stance normal specials. You get the point.
Yeah. Stance moves.
Stance moves. Thank you.
Yeah, but
they
this
do
is
have
just a really quick game.
Yeah, I mean stance moves do have SMP, which is like give or take if more decided that your drive moves today will have SMP or not.
Yeah, Platinum sure could not.
Yeah, oh, no, it's RNG. It's RNG, bro.
Real. Anyway, good conversion there by Calazon, man. Another pretty solid anti-air. And oh, not blocking that 2DA is a classic. And unfortunately, you are going to pay for this massively. Oh, small drop. Yeah, the instant overhead RC is also another Kagura classic. And especially with OD, you can actually kill him here. With a 2A. I thought Geek Spider would burst that one, and Calazon did too, but Geek Spider just held on to the burst there, really, and that was a double perfect for Calazon, man.
I feel like it might have been like a hands-off moment of like, well, I think I'm very dead. So I'm
true.
I'm just gonna let this one go. But yeah, definitely a welcome to the game type of performance by Calazon there, showing Geek Spider kind of exactly how people think about this Kagura character in EU, have their impassioned love for it.
You're sure passionate about Kagura.
Yeah, they're definitely passionate about it. But yeah, I think quick something else we should be passionate about is claiming those codes, right? So don't forget, I think exclamation mark Maturino is how we roll it over here. But we do have codes. Make sure to go claim them. Yeah, there it is. Hoon already dropping the link. So head on over, hit the claim code button, sign in if you haven't done so already. Once you've completed that process, you'll contribute 25 cents to the prize pool. It's free money, and you'll be supporting these players. So we're heading into Seigi versus Ainoue. What do you think, Zidane?
This is actually such an interesting match because Seigi, known as one of the classic Hulkmans in EU, definitely a very solid player. And Aino has been doing so incredibly well as of recently on Izanami. Like, I don't know if you were watching Maho's weeklies lately, but Aino was just looping fuzzies on Ray's.
Ooh, okay.
Ray's Asriel, and looping fuzzy is definitely also possible in Hawkman. However, Hawkman has that counter, and that's gonna be very weird for Izanami to deal with.
Yeah, but I think the way that we'll have to see, like, because if he presses something like 6D, maybe Izanami might just be slightly above to not be caught out by the follow-up attack. We'll see how that goes out, as already Seigi being slammed into the locker here by Izanami, and the ribcage is out. The pip's activated. We're just going to go burst to bring us back to mid-screen, but still, it's just so much control. And we can see the droplets into the Thunderbolt here. The neutral skip setup that Seigi does avoid, but still falls right back into the next sequence here. Quick drop, and immediately the punish, though.
For sure. That's a crazy call with the free C right there from Seigi. And that's a big combo. Yeah, exactly. A Hawkman that actually confirms after counter hit 4Cs. Love to see it. Fortunately, not quite a big combo. Kind of out of Magatamas, but it was still a combo. Nice air pickup.
Ooh, okay, the late air dash there. Gonna pop the burst out from Aino, and wow, the aggression here from Seigi says we are not gonna wait any longer for the Shield of Dreams to let you just skip through the neutral. We're gonna aggress right on forward and break through the only way we can with throws and command grabs.
I love that because Aino was not about to move anywhere there. Ooh, nice call out on the back dash with the air dash.
Oh wow, good block on the overhead, and that's no simple feat, right? That's 18 frames right there.
Yeah, Aino grabbing amazingly well and getting a cross up from this too. Oh, hitting the Yuki calls it out. That's a single. Not quite any Magatamas to cancel it, but that doesn't quite matter when you just jump right back out.
Yeah, Seigi, either he was just churning that one out to save his life, or he's vaguely familiar with the fuzzy setups that I know might try to employ. But it's definitely a welcome surprise to see the super be able to connect despite the height that I know was when connecting with the initial parry.
That's really interesting about this matchup. Just Izanami cannot autopilot as hard on offense this matchup as she can against other characters. She can do it on defense though. You saw that 6A, bro.
Still a great anti. Oh, what an ODR, and definitely a big normal to do it against, right? That overhead. Typically with the Shield of Dreams active, it's kind of just a low risk option for Izanami to leverage, but able to OD through clean punish. However, not out of the woods just yet. I know after utilizing the burst, is able to put Seigi back into the corner and finally able to land the full sequence. That should be the Shield of Dreams with the droplets active.
Yes, it is, but Seigi manages to jump out, and Yanagi through Aino's ribcage, but not quite following up on the reset. So Aino still has a little bit of health left and a ribcage, but Yuki Kaze again on the air dash in Seigi, calling out all of Aino's offensive options. Okay.
That's crazy to see, to be able to snatch. Oh, that is a big blow up. Thankfully for Aino's case, not too many Magatamas on the side for Seigi, so not the greatest punish. And so far we've been seeing him play rather compact, right? Getting some really small hits consistently here. No big Magatama blowouts, but finally we're just gonna let the OD pop straight into maximum damage, unburstable, but it's not gonna be enough to kill just before the super was able to be ripped. Giving the burst opportunity by Aino, and the air dash throw to deny the ribcage. Seigi is able to close it out 2-0.
That was so insane by Seigi, dude. He had multiple air throw callouts and Aino's like low air dash movement, and that is difficult to call out. But Seigi just has to open his third eye, as said.
Some really crazy situations and placements there by Seigi there. It's those really small interactions that is going to determine whether or not you're able to survive Izanami, because she's so front-loaded to be able to just overwhelm you completely with her just her wall that she's able to traverse with, that you still have some means to play into her, and there's definitely some strategies, but most of all players are going to be looking for those throws, because at the very least, right, if they throw tech, the ribcage turns off, but to position yourself for those situations is going to be tricky, especially with a character like Hakumen, who can be rather limited sometimes in how he moves. It's very well played by Seigi there.
Yo, Void Zero is back. I love him.
Yeah, Void Zero. Always a pleasure to see. Definitely a staple at Head Stomper, because, well, the Swede for Sweden.
Void Zero not because he's a Hakumen player, thankfully. We already had that with Seigi. We gotta see some new shit.
around the nails, able to get a well-placed 5B here, and look at the optimals here from Sekio, able to get that full corner conversion along with a hefty bit of damage to go with it.
Yeah, that's something you will see Sekio do. This dude knows how to route into his 2DC pickups.
That's fire.
Okay, Void0 very slowly approaching, but not quite managing to follow up on his hits, and Sekio now finally does have a hit.
This gonna slam him all the way into the corner of the run up, and a slide delay there just to watch and see, maybe looking to call out this 6Ds as Bbeuobi is most likely desperately trying to teleport away from the corner.
Okay, Soda hit, JC hit, but it was a bit high up, so Sekio not with that confirm, but the 6A manages to call out Bbeuobi's jump in attempt. Not quite working. Sekio taking the first round.
It's a oh wow, what a round start. Dash up 5D into the explosion. Fatal conversion, bring him all the way to the corner. Could be one short from having all the seals on the table. Good stagger pressure, finding some consistent openings, and here is the conversion into the purple bro for fun. Oh, looking for a mix-up, but patience.
Bro. Bang players say this character requires rocket science and then do way crazy shit like this. I'm not sure if it requires rocket science or drugs, but I love watching it anyway.
Oh my goodness, and it's plus, and able to hide the low behind the explosion there. Bbeuobi showing that the last round was merely the warm-up, as he can very well tussle into Sekio just fine.
Excellent cross-up right there by Bbeuobi to start off the round, beating Markness 5B, but not quite a full combo. Then tries to go into drive beat, baiting out 5B, but Sekio with the empty low manages to catch Bbeuobi, and he is now back in the corner again after Nightmare Edge.
See the stagger pressure come out, this time a little faster with it. Looking for mash attempts by Bbeuobi, but we can see the patience here and as well the awareness to be ready to tech those throws. Dashes out of the corner thanks to the bumper, able to get a slight pickup there. The poison needle ticking away here, so it may the damage on the board is not entirely representative of the damage taken by Sekio, but the rollout, able to swap the positions. There's the 5D, but doesn't go into the explosion, and look at this stagger pressure.
Oh, manages to finally get a couple of hits. Bbeuobi finding his way back out. And cross-up manages to get Sekio right now. One more Bbeuobi combo. Please get the Oki here, and then this is looking good. No tech on Sekio's end, but the OD is just a little late after the 5D. Sekio manages to burst.
Yeah, but I think it's okay, right? Because, like, despite that burst, Bbeuobi still had the burst active, and you could immediately see the movement that he was utilizing, making it very scary for Sekio to just approach blindly at that pixel health that he was at. So Bbeuobi able to clutch out that first game quite nicely here. See if Sekio can tie it up on the board.
On one hand, true. On the other, there was a 100-meter Ragna. Like, a small combo could put him outside of chip damage, and he could just stand up with a normal fight again.
100-meter
yeah.
Ragna, and you say small combo, that's Carnage Scissor RC for real.
that too.
Okay. 2C on a cross-up like that, you know there was a DP attempt from Sekio that got
that
the
is a
inputs reversed.
Yeah, this is why we like motion inputs.
We like that. We like that human error element.
We love the human error into still succeeding. Speaking of human error, Bbeuobi started on the combo, but Sekio as well. Oh, so many drops right now. But Bbeuobi manages to catch himself out. Probably Sekio thought that there was going to be a cross up there, but Bbeuobi instead manages to land this combo. And what the heck? That mix-up was dirty.
That was fire. I was seeing the bumper come up, and I was worried. It's like, is this going to affect his combo in some way? But he just sets a funny little setup for the A nail on the Oki, and what a delay. Going to be able to get the counter hit pickup here. 2 seals on the table. Gonna make it 3. Quick poison nail to end things off while the damage is ticking during the pressure. Oh my god, the JD randomly going for the 2Ds. There's the other explosion.
I feel like I've seen more drive buttons than normals almost this set.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta let it rip, and oh my god, the 60 teleport.
Sadly, a bit of a miss on the micro dash right there, but that doesn't matter. Bbeuobi with the reset on the command grab clutches this game against Sekio.
Yeah, I think,
and the set, right? Like,
yeah, that's a set 2-0 there for Bbeuobi, playing it absolutely phenomenally. Just really fast plays, and I think it's not something we see all too often from Bangs, right? Is where they really focus on getting those knockdowns, especially to be able to try and set up bumpers and the likes. But Void Zero really enjoyed ending things with the poison nail, being able to, or was confident enough to play for the tech scramble afterwards to lock them down and run that pressure while they're still sustaining damage, which is a very viable play for sure. It's just, I think it's the level, it's the type of like variability in what happens after the tech that not a whole lot of players are too comfortable with dealing, and it's advisable to avoid it. Personally, I'd advise just get those knockdowns, set up those bumpers, make sure that they have to get up the normal way.
For sure.
Sorry,
Also,
sorry. There's something going on in the background. Who won?
Oh, Void
Void
0
Zero
1 2 0.
Thank you.
Maul makes a good point here too. Like Sekio got a couple counter JCs, and Ragnar can get very big combos from that. However, not managing to get those in time yet. Yeah, really, really, really big. Meanwhile, Void Zero just a bit more consistent of his combos. And even if Void Zero was about to drop a combo, he managed to make some form of scramble really work out in his favor. Because Bang just has pretty fucking good mix-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just taking a look at the bracket here because we're waiting for an opponent from Lumbria between High Axel and Kutholi Doki, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to actually DQ them. They're from North America.
I can see, yeah. So that's what Enigma was asking about earlier. So we're going to be seeing High Axel face off against Lumbria later. But in the meantime, just taking a quick look at how things are developing on the loser side. So we did see that Void was able to face off against Sekio thanks to being able to beating Geese 2-1. I hope it's not the end for Geese, as he's got quite a bit of a trip to make it all the way into the streamed section of the loser side. But here's to hoping. Reza gets the privilege of facing off against Sekio now, and I hope I wish the best for him here. And then
Bit of anime action with the Under Heaven Destruction playing.
yeah, but I mean, look at this loser side. It's still very scary because like Aino is also down there now with Kibo. Sigmund Nuke is down there. Banana String is also chilling. It's a very scary place to drop down. And that's just the beauty of stacked brackets like these. Like, at no point is it boring.
Yeah, we definitely got some talent here in EU. Beijing already there is so crazy, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Beijing's won. I'm pretty sure Beijing won, or at least like got a second in this tournament before, and now it's just like didn't play for a while, and then it's suddenly like boom, losers route 2.
I think it's people underestimate like how important consistency is to be able to just keep playing the game throughout and throughout, because a pause can definitely be helpful, right? To take a step back from the game, but it's with the understanding that you're of course going to drop back a bit in skill. However, you're trading that off to cement some muscle memory things you've been building up, right? So you get a little fresh perspective, start things off clean with a few things that might have now settled down, and you're able to view the game from a different angle. That being said, it's going to take you a bit of time to get up to form as you were left off before. But while we're waiting on the people to show up for the stream games, don't forget everybody for the Matcherino codes that we still have plenty left to claim. We're already making some good pace here. 35 claimed so far. And we definitely have more than enough viewers for those codes to go around for. So, exclamation mark, Matcherino, hop on over, hit the claim code button, sign in if you haven't done so already. And once you've completed that process, you have contributed 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps, and you'll be supporting these players who are coming in week after, or bi-weekly after bi-weekly, to give you some excellent EU adventures for Central Fiction. So don't hesitate, support them out. I'm seeing Kazuo Man enter, so gonna make the assumption that things are running a little differently. Oh, okay, I understand. So, due to the situation of Enigma having lost to an NA player that is not allowed to participate, his loss has been reinstated. So some rewinds in the brackets are going on. Enigma will be facing off against High Axel, so Lumbria's opponent will be determined later. We're going to be going to see Dillahan versus Calazon Man, followed later by a different match on the other side. It's going to be Nautilus versus, or sorry, Ignis versus Seigi. So starting things off with Kagura versus Hakumen. Two masters of the sword. Enigma versus Potential Man. How many potential men do we have in EU? That's the real question. Nonetheless, let's see the swords play out. Defensive opening here by Dillahan. Unfortunately, not able to block out the overhead. And that's going to be a decent amount of damage here for Calazon. Just chasing after quick 5A, checking the jump. And look at the hurt box, hitbox interactions. The 2C low profiling onto the 4C. We're going to see the OD pop and immediately finding the J214B for that bit of invuln. Just look at that damage. Oh. Yeah, back away, claim those projectiles, but an interesting situation here, of course, is that Kagura may be throwing projectiles that could be cut, but he, at the end of the day, has Wyvern, right, to be able to go and armor through those projectiles. Agito and the meaty J2C there, Dillahan able to get that first round under the belt. Cut it real quick, maintain distance, don't get too comfortable behind the seal. And Wyvern may always be following, good blocks on the overhead, and immediately denying him straight into the overhead. Big damage to come. Oh, but messes it up, unfortunately, here. Gets thrown out, and that's going to be Calazon Man now. Run the sequence a little bit, but just a wake up 2D into the grab. Blocks out the Lindworm, but no, actually 2Ds it. And the... goodness, just able to get that body invuln through, keep it nice and simple, straight into the OD. And killing with that Exceed Excel. Dillahan going to be claiming that first game. It's definitely an interesting one here for Kagura because...
Okay, I think I'm back just in time.
Just in time for game 2.
Oh, my bad. Oh,
I
nice
mean, maybe. Like, maybe it'll be a little bit more interesting because Calazon Man started things off in game 1 pretty decently, but kind of got overwhelmed a little later by some of the openings. As Dillahan was able to land a lot of Zantetsus. A lot, I mean, more than one.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Then you know how Hakumen goes.
Yeah, he can match you in the damage race.
Yeah, it's like randomly Zantetsu just, you know, least damaging combo, like 3+K, sure.
Oh, it's very chill. Just a little chill action.
Probably 4K most of the time. Ooh,
Ooh,
okay.
probably maybe looking
land.
to like dash in OD. But there we go, blocking the Zantetsu. But the Kishu into the throw afterwards can make the situation definitely very difficult. Agito for the knockdown, delayed tech.
Yeah, Dillahan's just backing all, trying to get the Moga Thomas right now. Match Hakumen. Oh, negative warning even. JC manages to not open up Dillahan. However, the instant overhead does catch him, and Calazon Man now with a round over Dillahan.
Yeah, is it enough to bring it home and tie up? But you see the 2D on wake up and then straight into the 214A there. Just run 2C, baits out the BFAF, but jump blocking it does mean it's difficult to punish, and what an OD. However, gonna just rely on the Exceed Excel, making things nice and safe. Sometimes when you OD too early during these slow startup moves, you may accidentally get hit when you're trying to press a normal.
Stagger pressure, but Dillahan taking the throw, getting back in with the air dash, and now we have a Zantetsu combo. Okay. Really good.
Yeah, life lead.
Zantetsu, bro.
I mean, it's just a life lead that instantly vaporizes the moment you get slapped up by one Zantetsu, the classic. Good blocks, but unfortunately, whipping some normals, a little costly sometimes on Hakumen, and we can see now Kalazan trying to bait out some kind of response, looking for a parry out of Dolahan. The JC, the burst coming out just in time before the OD lockout, and quick stalls. Able to get a pickup off the Renka here. Going to be a good grip of damage, but not enough to kill. Wants to conserve the Magatama for possibly a few interactions, especially that Kishu, right, with that head and body invuln dash.
For sure. Oh, 5A solo hits, but not quite a combo. It was really difficult to confirm. And the Yanagi Kalazan, man, caught throwing a fireball. Dolahan evens it up.
Yeah, poor time to throw out a boom. However, let's not let that go to your head, and as you still got another round ahead of you, still a chance to close things out. Evening up the rounds here, but the 6A, not gonna be the greatest conversion, but these hits that Dolahan is getting repeatedly, he may not be spending the most amount of Magatama, but even finding the purple throw through it all, just so much damage while conserving all those resources. And there's no hope left.
Yeah, sometimes you want to go for a mix-up and you remember which character you were playing against in place of Central Fiction.
Yukikaze will always get its pound of flesh. I think there's only 2 characters that can reliably avoid the Yukikaze despite triggering it themselves, and that might be Raelius and Naoto. For anyone else, it's just kind of like, well, guess I die now.
Yeah, Mai is a little weird on it. Like, sometimes she can kind of flip out, but it's super unreliable from my experience.
Like, if you end up hitting it with a normal, then you don't have the chance to flip it out, but with a projectile, maybe? The point is, like, you need to have, like, frame 1 body invuln against it.
Yeah, it's weird on countering it with Mai. That said, watching Panda play versus Dolahan, which we've seen a couple times again in the Bbeuobi, it's always so funny because he'll go for Yukikaze and Panda's just like, no, bro.
Yeah, I mean, especially because if I'm not mistaken, when you hit it with the doll, you don't trigger the freeze on yourself, right? Like, the screen will slow down, but you're still actionable very early on, compared to other characters who will be locked in their animation, and a lot of times those animations won't be in their cancel window. Okay, so what I mentioned earlier, so we're not going to be getting Ignis versus Siegi. They played it off stream, and instead we're still going to get Lumbria, who's been waiting patiently for the winner between High Axel and Enigma, as you missed this Zeton earlier, where we had an American player or an NA player accidentally slip through the cracks, and
Yeah,
since not allowed to be, or like American NA players aren't allowed in the bracket, we did a quick rewind, DQ'd them. Enigma goes through, so now the matchup between High Axel and Enigma needs to be played out for us to get our Lumbria's opponent for that stream match.
That's some crazy news I hear come back to.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm happy for Enigma, right? Like, somebody who shouldn't be playing ends up taking him out of the bracket or taking him down to loser side early, gets resolved, because there's a lot of definitely a lot of TOs that will look at the situation and be like, wow, that's our fault, but too late now. But that's the power of reporting things early and on time, right? Is to say, like, hey, is this allowed, and be in a position where help the TOs be in a position where they can revert things.
True. Like, not to clown on the players too much, but sometimes there are issues and you will only end up hearing it after a tournament. And then as a TO, you just think, bro, I couldn't, if I don't know, how am I supposed to know? I cannot read your mind mid-tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at the ping and then be like, this is suspiciously around the 150 range that would indicate somebody from across the pond.
Alright, we're doing semi-finals next, because the whole bracket is kinda fucked and there's stuff happening in the background still. So we just go by the matches that are available for now. What a day.
Back
So
to
we're
back
getting more
gaming for
Hakumen.
Dullahan then, as we're gonna get Dullahan versus Gurman coming up next. Our seed 2 and 3, making it reliably through the bracket.
We've just been commentating all Hawkmen today, and you know what? I'm down.
That's fire. That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's still we do get our bits of variety. I mean, the stream missed the rare S versus Tao Kaka
Oh.
matchup, but you know we're just getting an equally as rare Pepe here with Gurman on the Celica having put behind the Ragna and I believe the Izayori as well. And now moving on to the Chrono Phantasm herself. Evo winning character.
I suppose she is, yeah. Because of lack of other competition, maybe. But Celica's not terrible, in my opinion.
No, she just has like some weird decisions that put her in like an interesting spot. It's like the accumulation. It's like the culmination of like a lot of small things that put her in a not as strong as can be type situation that have people underevaluate her. But definitely once she gets the ball rolling and you can see things like these afterburner combos, she can most certainly do some damage.
Yeah, if Celica has taken damage, whew, she has really consistent damage. And also, like, that 5C is such a crazy on-tier.
Ooh.
Okay, almost got a combo there on Dullahan's end, but not ended up quite working out. And the 2A, I'm not sure how that hit the. Okay.
2A beat the 2D?
Yeah, I'm very, very confused as well, bro.
Maybe it might have just been like perfect timing that it ended when it hit when the guard frames expired, but nevertheless, slight conversion errors here by Dullahan, but okay, no, things aren't getting better just yet, but he's able to keep consistently finding these hits. That's not too big of a problem.
Yeah, Dullahan with the call out, like midway through the air with the counter on Gurman's end, like, okay. Sometimes that's just what you need to do as Hawkman. Okay, solo 6B hit, 2A hits here, and Emma not really giving quite a full combo. Okay, lots of the same jump ins right here, but oh, gets caught air hit with 6B, but anti-air by Gurman, and yeah, this very, very quickly equalizes. Especially because you're in the corner now as well. Top of taking like nearly 3k. Oh, rolls it.
Yeah. And being able to get like that burst safe jump there and still getting a conversion, however, not finding the full combo. Leaves Gurman trapped in the corner. Agito over the head. Big whiff. But uses the key shoot again in close. Fast. Find a throw. Quick purple throw to go with it. OD pop. We're going to go straight into the Exceed Excel. Don't think it's going to be enough to kill just yet. That last bit, but man, does he have a Magatama to worker. He just blocks it out. Ooh.
Yeah, that's actually kind of hard to bonus like without proper dashing. So I don't blame Dullahan for that. But manages to get the final hit on Gurman anyway. Not too big a deal.
I feel like he had the meter for it. I guess he just wanted to play it nice and consistent. But
yeah, he could have used the command dashes for sure.
Or like Yukikaze. He could have just done Yukikaze in reaction.
Oh, that's a good point.
But I think like, why bother? It's maybe too many weird things can happen. That just goes full Magatama down the drain. So unless you're familiar with the situation, just do what you are familiar with.
Fair enough. Ooh, manages to cross Gurman up as he tried the NTR.
Yeah. You see the Enemas come out here from Dullahan looking to challenge on an opponent trying to jump back, but instead we have a very aggressive Gurman. However, getting opened up, slapped into the corner, able to avoid the JC, and Dullahan quickly dances around to make sure that it's not him trapped in the corner.
Dullahan's JB bosses have been insane this set so far. Like, even that one was crazy. The JE anti-air into the Enma beating the Celica fake DP. Insane stuff by Dullahan right there.
able to slip on through thanks to the body involt of Kishu. Alright, 2D's at the wrong time here. It's going to be an opening for Gurman. Sadly, though, I think the amount of normals he's gotten out is going to severely hamper the combo potential. Still, though, 3.2k, pretty decent. Good blocks. Doesn't quite get the punish. And the 3C IB, no less. I find the OD through the throw whiff. Doesn't get the punish, but nevertheless, able to find another hit regardless. Oh.
Yeah, that is pretty minus on block, so I don't blame him for doing that, but Gurman's just very patient and not afraid to take his 4k punish right after the Yuki calls out, and nearly 100 meter as well. Just need one more hit, and Dullahan is toast.
He's blocking the instant overhead, but man, that mix-up comes out a bit too fast there. Not to pixel health.
He only needed a little bit, and Enma's right through the counter assault, and that, unfortunately, managed to not really be too important for Dullahan as Grimace claimed the game.
I think the risk you run with some of these like low pixel health comebacks where the opponent has quite a chunk is you give them the room to generate their burst gauge back, right? And unless you're able to kill them or make them spend it in that same round, there's sometimes an option to just let go of the stick, die, and leave them at next to no burst. Oh.
Bro.
Wait.
That move has so little recovery that you can cancel into AOD and jump. That's so insane.
No, I think it's because Celica's... Like, some of Celica's normals is tied to the doll, right?
Yeah,
and it's weird because it has doll properties. So it frees Celica.
That is such a niche interaction, but I dig it.
Yeah, I remember like the discussion the modders had when they were trying to implement rollback themselves. They're like, wow, Celica is weird because she was made to be a doll character that they gave up on making her a doll character partway through development.
I feel like they just gave up on her in general sometimes, but okay, so there's nothing you should give up on this game, Gurman. What the fuck? This is one of those things about Celica that makes you give up. Like, oh, 10k health, got hit once by Hawkman with a couple Magatamas. Well, nice. Yeah.
As we've learned from the Sage M guy himself, is you should never count a Hawkman out, right? Like they are able to just pop that OD, rip the Mugen, and then just like that steal the whole round away from you with a funny little loop. Who's to say that they can't do it with some well-timed and nice sequencing of their variety? Because like Hawkman does have a lot of specials to his name, so he's able to consistently like pull out a ton of damage by just cycling through all of them.
Dude, last week the Hawkmans went crazy on doing Wake Up Hotaru.
I mean, it's his only invuln option, but at the same time, right? Like, it's not frame 1, is it? Let me see.
I'm pretty sure it's not. So it's just
no,
like
it is frame 1. It is frame 1. So you have to go through like you just have to go through his jump startup, right, to be airborne actionable, which is 4 frame pre-jump. So technically, like a frame 4 reversal, but for how some people run their meaties, which putting it within the 4 frames, unless they are expertly versed against playing against Mai, not a lot of people have those, so you can kind of just let that Hotaru rip.
Oh god, my next project.
But yo, Don Weepo with the raid. Welcome everybody to all the fresh joiners. As good as a time as any to remind everyone that we do have these Matcherino codes, so make sure to claim them up. ! Matcherino, head on over. Hit that claim code button, sign in if you haven't done so already, and once you complete that process, you have contributed 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps, and you'll be supporting these players. We're going to have Enigma versus Lumbria. I think it's been a minute since we've seen Enigma on stream.
That is absolutely true. Enigma, like, even though he's really solid, just not making it quite to these far ends of the bracket, but now he is. So, let's just enjoy ourselves.
But Enigma Jin Kappa, no future character, bro.
Sorry, Jin is like bottom 3 from what I got told.
Like, unless you have like directly plug Central Fiction into your bloodstream, I think Jin is a very difficult character to pilot.
Enigma with the early lead from just some zoning, but Lumbria really has a good positional advantage as well right here. Oh, that bit sadly goes through. Oh. And then, yeah, Lumbria still just has so much momentum on his side now.
Yeah, despite the momentum, right, is at a life deficit, and with the doll awakened, there are opportunities where you see that Enigma just goes for the lead lay there, quickly phase through, let the doll do the punish, and now in dangerous state, able to get the throw. This is going to be a neat bit of damage here for Enigma, all without doll meter, setting up the Oki, just runs up, sets you straight into the party zone, and yeah, the guaranteed guard crush, double taunt. Man is acting like Panda today in his absence.
Alright, then Enigma immediately starts off with the JA, claiming some space himself, doing a bit better than last time. Lots of solo hits on Lumbria, but nothing really too big yet. Oh, the bit into low manages to catch Enigma's sway right there, and now Lumbria has the Oki started, and Enigma, no defensive things to his name right now.
Oh, wow, okay,
What?
going for the double schmicks here. Burst still available, bits on deck. Gonna go for the bits ender here, get the double hit on the fireball charge. Superior Oki tries to lead lay, but doesn't get punished for it. However, the movement there by Lumbria, able to slide underneath, catch Enigma off guard, put him back into the corner. Do we have enough to get the kill here this time? Maybe an extension?
Not, but just one mix-up is really all it takes.
Oh, that
no,
is a...
being in danger state against Relius here could be
Oh.
so dangerous. Yeah, but the 7-frame super is also dangerous.
Hey man, we gotta take a look at the meter here and there, especially against Izanami, who is so used to not having to be on defense, is most certainly the type of character where you'll see that they panic with just about any option available to them to just get out.
That's absolutely real. Okay, through that 6k right there. Ooh, Penna with a sweep through Izanami there, but yeah, it gets bursted. We're back mid-screen right now. Thunderbird not quite... What? Okay. The fact that somehow worked out.
It's a very rare hit, right? Second hit of JC that you only see come out from Izanami when she has the bits deactivated. Still though, don't count out Enigma just yet. Able to find an opening. Goes for the Oki there. Good block on the mix-up there by Lumbria, but still doesn't end the party, but we are mashing! And I don't think Enigma's too happy about that one.
No, that was during Enigma's combo too that I know still mashed. Like, you heard the counter hit, but Enigma was just not ready to confirm with the right hit on the right time, and as a Lumbria took game 1.
Super Dragon's so fire. Oh, it's rather unfortunate there where indeed sometimes when people are backed into a corner, right, and not having a whole lot of health, they are just going to be rolling that super, preying on your downfall. It's all these characters that have really, yeah, like they have really good panic supers. We're talking Tager especially, right? One of those where you're just running the combo and it's like, you know what, today I will go for a reset Kluegi.
Yeah, Enigma definitely a little bit salty. Said, I keep telling you these hobby players are not good players, but sadly, you are still getting beaten, bro. Oh, can let lay through. Yeah, and this is just some Izanami stuff. Like, Izanami in the corner, 3.5k, no rare defense right there, and the let lay on wake up not working there. Lumbria just still not in enough recovery. Can't press more buttons. Wasn't too hard.
Yeah. Oh, that's so painful to see there. I mean, it's like, I think that's just one of the things that happens when you have like these diagonal anti-airs. Sometimes the 2Cs are really good because they're like low to the ground and difficult to hit on the jump in, but something like Izanami's JC, having that second hit part of it when you're allowed to let it go for long enough during no bits, it's definitely cooking Enigma here right now, and Lumbria is going to make quick works of things here. The 2-0, sending Enigma down to the loser side.
Real quick, we gotta do a connection check.
Okay. No one doesn't like him. Yeah, that's Definitely an excellent performance by Lumbria. We did see that Enigma was trying to make things happen, right? Trying to slip on through, hoping to maybe catch some autopilot habits there to be able to slip out and then decide what to do afterwards. But I think like Lumbria did at times, like especially on the lead lays, we saw Lumbria really wanted to get some standard punishes going instead of just opting for the throw punish.
Hmm.
And it might have emboldened Enigma to see these mistakes occur that it could be an angle to lead lay out and then try to scramble thereafter, but Lumbria seemed to have tightened it up a bit and then
All right,
no more problem against lead.
one of you has to
Oh.
do the check, please.
Could you do it, Xenon? I'm gonna take the
Yeah.
toilet break then.
I'll go get my controller and give me a sec. Okay. Observe no Alabaz. Actually, yes, observe. Okay. Somebody has to pass. And then I can play.
Euchre isn't there, so he can't kick. Nice.
What?
What a scuff tournament.
Please select your character.
Ah, there we go.
Susano. Ragna the Blood Edge.
D. Which player is this even?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't have a clue.
That
That light die, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that light die, but this is supposed to be Bonanza, I guess, if I look at the challenge.
How's the ping?
It's pretty solid, 67.
67, no rollback?
Not really.
Alright.
So yeah, Bonanza looking perfectly fine.
Okay, and the other player?
Yep, just in right now.
Please select your character.
Ah, okay, this is that light die.
Mm-hmm. Learning to play Tao with 5 out nearly 9 games is a wild tag, by the way.
I
Yeah,
mean,
just
she's
learning.
technical. She's a technical character. Some might say.
That's true.
Why is Maho posting brain rot?
Action.
Okay,
Yeah,
how's
this
the
is also
connection?
67.
Alright.
Even less right now. Yeah, it's looking fine to me. Yeah, ODs and everything. Yeah, I can land my combos just fine in this connection too, so we're doing fine.
High execution character.
Okay, we're gonna do a coin flip.
Yeah, Susanoo is high execution yoker, like super difficult shit. Pressing 236B after a combo, it's hard.
Did you know you can jump cancel Susanoo's throw?
Susanoo's throw?
Susano. Win.
I thought you meant jump cancel his like
Rebel.
ground viper. I know that tag.
No,
but
try it right now. Just to throw him and jump cancel it.
Okay,
When?
can you
Oh,
please
shit!
just get out so we can continue?
Yeah. Yeah, he's ending me right now.
No, but you have the round lead.
Yeah.
Just go out. Or boot. Euchre, you're the host, you can boot.
Stop blocking.
Roller
Bro.
not connected?
Holy shit, Super Saiyan Susanoo!
Oh well.
Bro, I'm not sure if that was the case for you, but like Susanoo fully lit up yellow the moment you kicked them.
Oh, no, I think they just ulted for it. I didn't get around to kicking them. Grr.
All right, back to Autopass we go. Okay, seems we got Ignis back. Ignis versus Lumbria. Oh gosh, this will be such a weird neutral game in the matchup.
I don't know, because, like, I feel like it's going to be a tricky one for Ignis. Like, Arukune does a lot of, like, the diagonal jumping and stuff, but never
Izanami
forget
can
that Izanami could always decide
shoot.
to, like, just drop the ribcage, right, and then run you down.
Oh, that too.
So, and like, her 6A is also pretty decent at anti-airing Ignis. So I feel like the proactive requirement is on Ignis to get these bugs going, where he can then completely dominate either the Oki situation or the neutral screen.
Mhm.
Level 1. Action. Counter.
Oh yeah, I was saying no diagonal, but of course you have the triangle bit shot where you can just shoot out.
Yeah, exactly. Like
bang
that's-
D nails.
yeah, that's kind of a pain in the ass for Arcune too. Oh, and the first hit goes to Lumbria. Okay, immediate burst dive from Ignis. Ooh, yeah, another fast burst, understandable. Not wanting to be cursed by Arcune is very fair. Okay, the bits protect you from that overhead attempt and a counter hit on Lumbria on the mix of right there. First one to run Oki to set.
Oh.
Okay.
That's an interesting
what I was
execution
thinking.
error. But yeah, oh my god, the RC fake out there. And I think that should be the round there. No, it's gonna go for one last situation, but this is, I feel like you just want to close things out when you can, especially against Arcune. You give him one opportunity to just curse you up, and that's you stuck in the corner holding nigh unseeable mix-ups constantly.
Absolutely. Oh, ribcage activated here, but Ignis doesn't really mind running away with such a little barrier, and yeah, exactly. This is just pretty easy curse for Ignis right there, and especially as there is a bug that guard breaks, this is gonna be so dangerous. But Lumbria with a really good super on Ignis's jump right there catches him, and now has the round lead.
That's I wonder if it maybe might be a connection issue thing then, like where I'm seeing like also some very uncharacteristic behaviors coming out from Ignis. So I'm willing to chalk it up a bit to just it being network connections, but that's a really fire combo. So
Yeah, I was about to say like Lumbria is really cooking here the combos though. Oh, Ignis blocks the cross of JC right there. Stuff.
Oh,
Whiffing, so unfortunate.
the 2B able to just slide underneath, but doesn't quite hit that 5A for the anti-air, and Ignis slammed into the corner here, and finally I think we're gonna see a full Oki sequence, messes up the input there for the Shield of Dreams, ends up going for the 6B, but nevertheless, just quick burst, gets the shield out, doesn't quite get the conversion just yet, and we see the counter assault coming out. Danger state here for Lumbria, a little scary.
Lumbria almost had Ignis' teleporter, but 5-8 instead, and Arcune crouched under it now. There is a curse right here, and honestly, on even death, like, yeah, the extra damage you get when you're in danger state alongside Arcune pretty high curse damage, it's just a lot.
It's it's definitely one of those things that the Arcune is patiently waiting for, right? Is to see you utilize that barrier gauge yourself during your Shield of Dreams, that you're going to go into that danger state, and the C-Bug can suddenly do a good grip of damage. Wow.
Oof. Yeah, lots of blocks by Ignis, but ultimately the empty jump to B still catches you. Ooh, the Fallout JB. I mean JA. That's a full combo.
It was like a weird reset, right? It did JBJA,
Yeah,
JBJA. Good blocks, hold on. Hold up. No!
Oh shoot, Lumbria, I'm trying to press a button there, but the bugs were still there, bro. Oh, and the backdash call out by Ignis, really working out well. But okay, these normal combos can take forever, so this is honestly a whole lot of curse meter that
But the
Lumbria
important
might
thing
not
is
even have
that
to deal with.
no is able to deploy the bugs, having them hit into it, and just when Lumbria would try to go for the 8th Thunderbolt Lance, we see the bugs sneak in and catch that startup there. Like, Lumbria definitely had a very good opportunity there where he just needed that knockdown to be able to activate the Shield of Dreams and force Ignis to block, where he can then survive opportunities of Ignis trying to deploy bugs during quick tech situations. But it's still the fact that he was so low on the barrier gauge that makes the whole situation very variable and scary.
The stagger into the bits are so nasty for Lumbria, but Ignis blocked all of it, and now Lumbria is already with Outburst. Ignis not afraid to use his own OD at all to get Lumbria in there and get him another curse.
Yeah, there we go. Just a beautiful amount of damage. Not gonna be killed just outright yet, but still, you're gonna have to block a whole nother sequence, and you can see that Lumbria's directions are being completely mixed up here by Ignis, getting a near perfect finish there, 1 round away on set point already.
Rebel 2. Action.
The empty low after a reset kind of mixes up Lumbria there, and then again forced to have an early burst going on. Bits not active here. Ignis aware of that and got a curse hit now in finally.
Yeah, just typical Ignis things on that Arakune, right? His setup's very immaculate, because typically the advice you can give against people as like a ray of hope into Arakune pressure, or like Arakune combo sequences more appropriately, is to just let go, no tech the whole thing, and see if they have those, right? Like if they're constantly blue beating, then they do not have those. But Ignis definitely knows how to route his sequences, that those bugs are going to reset, and if you're not willing to interact, you're going to be holding a grip of damage on those no techs.
So they are forced to interact and curse, even if it's cringe. Like the character's built to make you die immediately the moment you get cursed. It's called a curse, it's not called a blessing.
It's a curse for both sides, right? Because like there's, I think on one hand, like you said, you have to deal with this very crazy pressure from crazy pressure and high damage combos from Arakune in curse. So you are cursed, but it's also a curse for Arakune players because nobody wants to talk to them anymore.
I was about to say, like, what are you cooking with the curse from the other side? But yeah.
True. Shout out to Reza. That is a blessing, definitely. These Match Reno codes, they don't give them to anybody. So while we have them, make sure to claim them up. We're sitting at 31 remaining. Seigi just tapping in real quick to claim one. Thank you. So make sure to hit that exclamation mark Match Reno in chat. Grab that link, head on over. Who's typing it out for you? Task 1 complete. Hit the claim code button, sign in if you haven't done so already. And after you've completed that process, you'll contribute to 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps, and you'll be supporting these players coming in every other week to show you that quality EU action, right? And we talk about Arakune players being cursed, but let's not curse them out of these Matcherino points or code claims.
Hell.
Maybe do, I don't know. It's Arakune. Who do you hate more, Arakune or Kagura? You guys decide.
This is like, I feel like there's probably a discussion going on inside Bbeuobi like every week. Like, guys, do we kill Kagura or Arakune? And I feel like it's more so Kagura, not because we hate Kagura more. Okay, maybe we do, but because there were just more Kaguras. If more people started being Arakune players, like Brazil does,
that one, like. I think it was the World Serpents Champion. The if I'm not mistaken, the event that Chixama organizes.
yes.
That it just did irreparable damage to the Brazilian scene. Because you look at any other Brazil top 8, it's a very nice spread of characters, but it's just that one that had 4 cockroaches on the spread right there, which is very Brazil coded. Just
It was like what 3 Arikudes, 2 Izanamis, a Rachel, a Lychee, 2 Nines.
yeah, it was
like
like
the
3. It was a like I think maybe see if I like Blaze Blue Brazil top 8. Let me see if like what Google will show up on that. Okay, it doesn't show it, but that's unfortunate. But it definitely exists out there. I think it's a clip on the Bbeuobi channel. That's their Twitch. That Zach had to like explain, guys. I don't know what's going on, but yes, those are 3 Arkunes in top 8. We're normally not like this. You have to believe us.
One day we will have like 3 Kogaras in top 8, and then some other like fuck ass character like Hawkman. I don't know. We'll have like 3 Hawkmans, and then Lumbria or Aino can be in top 8 with Izanami, and then
That would be like the most agenda posting top 8 that we could have in EU, is just having a fat Kagura spread where everyone could just be like, see, this character needs to die.
it's F2 Kagura guy.
Alrighty, so we got our winners finals already set up here with Ignis and Dullahan. So we're just waiting on some loser side matches to round off, as Enigma is actually making a pretty nice deep cut here in the loser side, making it all the way into the losers quarters, waiting on the winner between Seigi and Red Ask for an opponent, as Calazon Man is also patiently waiting now between Void Zero and Beijing Mei to face off, and then we're going to be moving on through the loser side of things. Yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah.
Something's gone in Enigma's food recently too, because to make it all the way to top 8, it's definitely a very welcome surprise. Typically, the person we see kind of leave these brackets a little earlier, around I think about an hour, no, not an hour ago, like half an hour ago, we typically get the Enigma raid, but no, making it all the way up here to the graphic, we like that.
Yeah, Enigma like doing really solid. Like even other runs, I saw Enigma go pretty far. Just not really stream games, but it's also really stacked around like this top 8-ish area, right? So definitely good thing that you make it there. Seiki for the Red-esque, like winner of that will be a tough match.
You know what, let's sweeten the deal, right? I will host one of these brackets if you want to play. We'll put you in there. We'll put you in there, big dog. We'll get you in there.
But
Once
my
we have-
internet is just too bad.
Yeah, I was about to
so
say,
I can't.
like-
I really can't.
No, when you can, of course. But like, just know that option is there. We can get you in your very own bracket.
Nice. I can lose in my own tournament.
Yeah,
That's something.
it's going to be very interesting. Like, you better, because you can't be claiming your own money.
Oh god, tournament rigging.
Like, you have to make a clean like top 4, like 4th place finish.
Oh well, that ain't gonna happen.
De-rust, old man, de-rust. But yeah, definitely Enigma has been definitely putting in the work. I think like it's really funny to see how Enigma plays like when you watch him on stream, because he has the kind of mic where it picks up everything, and
Oh yeah.
he is he's not gentle to that stick. He lets him know he's playing with him and the stick are playing at maximum capacity.
Enigma's about to defend his stick of views right now. But
It's
to
like,
be
if you-
fair though, like I know Enigma is a hard worker because I saw him in Susanoo, and now I play that character. You know, I understand the hard work you have to do to even win a single game. With hard work, I'm being brought into a single thing all the time. But
think-
sometimes you can't flip on defense, and I'm not used to that.
I think that every other character is secretly thankful for the existence of Kagura, because they are shielded from any form of contempt thanks to Kagura. It's like, Yeah, I know you'd be complaining about how easy Susanoo is, but like, let's talk about Kagura. Like, come on, guys, can we talk about Kagura for a second? Like, like what? Kagura's
He's really just that
character,
soldier tanking all the shots in front of a sleeping child.
Yo, but can we talk about Kagura for a second? I mean, like that character. Surely, let's
It's
talk
like-
about it.
It's like, guys, I know NA signed a ban doc, but can we ban Kagura instead?
Alrighty, so we're seeing Seigi tap in here, meaning that it's going to be Seigi versus Enigma. At the same time, we also have the other side being resolved as Void Zero moving on forward, beating Beijing Main 2-1, facing against Calazon Man afterwards. So we're trudging along nicely here.
Really looking forward. Shei's last match was just already like really entertaining to watch. Like just some absolutely insane air for reads against Aino. Though this is the legendary Relius into Yukikaze interaction that we were talking about earlier too.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, was that the raw tech guy? I just realized what Ignis wrote. Dude, that's so fire. Like, seeing Ignis at UFA, he walks up to me. He's like, yo, what's up? I was like, wait, who are you guys? Like, I'm Ignis. And I'm standing next to Reza, right? I'm like, tap Reza. I was like, yo, Reza, this is the raw tech guy. The one that they made the video about that he never raw techs. He always reacts.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, okay, now I get it. I was like, what the fuck does this even mean?
I like, you. I mean, which one is like, which one would you prefer, the Sajam guy or the raw tech guy?
They were all that guy for sure.
Alrighty, well, let's see if Seigi gets or like if the mythical doll interaction happens into the Yukikaze. We did kind of see that earlier with Gurman's Celica 2B being a doll normal.
Okay, so far Sei's pressure just been a lot of A and B buttons on Enigma, but they've been landing. But Enigma, first one with a pretty big hit in here. This counter hit 2C can lead to some pretty solid Oki. Oh, even a corner swap. Real good shit.
Nice. Some simple hits here, and we're gonna be spending the Agito to just get these knockdowns. A lot of no techs here. Just keeps it going. Look for the reset. Enigma with the patience, able to block it out. Look for that 2C, which unfortunately has not been paying him off too nicely as of, well, whenever we see him on stream, really.
Unfortunately, though, Seigi dropped the combo right there. Now is forced to block a pretty large amount of Relius hits. Yeah, cross trigger managed to open him up.
Oh,
And
popping the
Enigma
OD.
himself. Yeah, the OD, because Doll was really low, and Enigma in active flow actually like, probably saw the attention there. And
Oh, we could have had it. We could have had the interaction itself there. As Seigi was looking to Yukikaze through the overhead setup. Now trapped in the schmicks and gets chipped out of all things.
I'm curious what that was because there is. I take it Seigi knows that there is a bit of a delay between some of Bio's hits.
Maybe he's
Level.
like looking to drive through them, but there we go. 2C counter hit. Who said this anti-air was bad? Hotaru for that extension, getting the air action back there. To find the throw, gonna keep the looking for resets here, but Enigma all too familiar with those. Able to block the overhead, doesn't quite find the command grab, but presses into the 2D. And I think this is a pretty doomed round where Enigma might consider hanging on to this burst. A lot of no-teching, just waiting for a safe opportunity to not get caught out, but the 3C able to clip him down to the last bit of health. And the 6B able to find the counter hit around the piece. Enigma is comfortably on the burst gauge here, whereas Seigi is sitting around that 40% mark.
Ooh, managed to cut through the door right there, but Enigma not really punishing Seigi for his own moves. Lots of backdashes here, and the jump in got caught while Seigi tried to sweep Enigma on a whole different layer here. Swaps the corners and now has a bit of momentum on his side. Meter kind of low. Uses the OD to get even more of it though.
Yeah, spending a ooh, okay, a bit choppy there,
Yeah.
but still able to set up the Oki. It's all about waiting because that that 6A ender is definitely very, very strong for Rayless because it forces you into the hard knockdown, throws him out of the Yukikaze, quick RC, keeping the combo short, baiting for that burst, and it leaves Seigi at a point where the health is too low to be able to burst during a combo, and it's going to be instead single hits that are going to take the round and therefore the game for Enigma.
His Enigma guy locked in for real, Mao. Yes.
The wheel of fate is
That's such a good
turning.
game
Rebel
from
one,
Enigma's end.
action.
Oh.
5D Meme 2D goes unpunished, but still manages to catch Shaggy.
Patience Agito doesn't press into the drive there. Nice blocks there from Seigi, the Patience. Good IBs, but unfortunately that might have been an OS there as he gets TRM. However, no pickup after the throw due to OT pop. The wife is disabled. It presses into the JD. Gonna get a quick combo, but no Agito for the finish. But the Zantetsu cashing out massive damage, canceling for that second hit there. Able to retain a good amount of that scaling. 5.2k instantly, changing up the entire situation of health bars.
And very patient gameplay by Enigma here. Really tried to get the doll back on screen, but Sega just not letting it happen. Oh.
Ooh, and again.
Enigma really patient waiting in front of Segi, possibly trying to bait something like a counter, but comfortable chilling there.
Yeah, but you can't be too comfortable, especially because... Oh, wow. No! That is so
shoot.
unlucky.
Yeah. What do you even do there? Like, because if you EA, you will just get grabbed, right?
I think he might have thought it was Gurren instead of the dash, the guard dash, but who's to say? Nevertheless, right, Enigma not deterred by it, already starting things off quite strong here. Gonna quickly summon the wife back. Presses into the 2D, unfortunately, and immediately gets slapped into the corner. No burst available. Gonna hold that 2C or the Agito knockdown. A bunch of blue beats here just to make sure it doesn't get hit by a reset. But the Zantetsu is gonna come out, gonna deal a grip of damage here. One more Agito for the knockdown. We keep it running. Blue beats.
Ooh, see. It laid on his staggers here, and Enigma Fuzzy jumped out and now has a pretty big combo of a jump in. With some Oki with the doll. Oh. Sega rolls out. The players just mid-screen chilling right now, playing neutral. Slowly building the Magatomas.
I'm surprised to see Enigma hasn't gone for the doll cross up yet. But maybe that might present itself at the very last situations. Yeah, there it is. Doll hit, able to just go in, not being frozen up, able to activate his lead lay to go through it. But at the same time, right, it does put Seigi at full screen. However, the pickup into the OD pop, just to get that extension to make sure there is no burst available. Putting Enigma at set point, though it leaves itself at 30% burst.
Definitely not ideal, just backs off, doesn't really want to take a big hit, but still, Seiki just manages to lock him down. A 5C, really good anti-air right there too. 2C even hitting of all things. Lots of stray hits on Enigma, but nothing that really catches a lot of momentum. Enigma's 2A here can go catch a lot of momentum though, but the CT is a little too far. The IBB really fought of Enigma.
I'm surprised that 2A worked against Gurren, because it is +1. But I guess it goes more to show that Seigi was trying something expensive, and oh my god, the J214C, a massive starter on Fatal, but doesn't quite find the kill just yet. Looking for that 6B overhead to finish things off with, and Enigma carefully trying to barrier away, but man, that second, it's still an 18 frame overhead. It's gonna catch you by surprise. And I think using that OD earlier bit him in the ass there, as he suffered a lot of damage and just barely was out of range of acquiring that burst back on that final touch.
These two players are just like insanely close. I'm very excited to see how this game for real go.
Trying to play with the doll, but an excellently well-positioned, patient 5A there by Seigi, able to delete the wife, but run-up throw by Enigma. Going to keep the combo fairly light on doll gauge usage here, and he wants to put him into the corner with a little bit of play left, but ends up pressing into the 2D. I think these are the kind of situations where you may want to run some doll Oki instead to... Still, you would trigger the 2D activation, but at the very least, you're able to interact, avoid the follow-up grab or hit that would actually get, you know, the combo starter that Hawkman's looked for with these drive presses.
Ooh. I think might be so consistent at just swapping the corners on Seigi, but Seigi has just been very consistent on actually getting out right after. 3.7k to his name right there. Managed just detect a Proto.
Yeah, Seigi may not have projectiles to cut, but at the very least, you can leverage that sword normal to delete the wife whenever she ends up whiffing a move. Quick OD pop, able to avoid the grab there, but still didn't quite get a clean punish. However, able to generate a lot of life gauge back, and she's able to cancel very fast into their other specials. Able to get the command grab there. 100 bar on the table, looking for an extension of sorts.
Yeah, but the no tech really pushed back Seiji so far from Enigma, so there's not really any Oki taking place right now. However, Enigma does have 100 meters, so opts to go for the Bbeuobi.
Through. Spent a lot of Magatama trying to chase after, but finally not letting the punish on the wife going unscathed there.
Players is very slowly backing off. It's a small hit against Seigi here that the wife needs to land against Enigma though, but yeah. Varys can do it himself too with a JA. 2 seconds left on the clock too, like that game took really long.
Yeah, ooh, rising JA doesn't quite get the combo extension there, but the well-placed 2C. Definitely looking for some sort of re-jump, but slightly missing the conversion. Great air tech, but doesn't respect the JC afterwards.
Aurelius. Enigma opting to wait a little bit to get that meter to go all the way back up, and now she is back, but Hawkman caught her right there.
Yeah, oh wow. 5B able to stuff. Probably was Gurren in that situation, as Kishu would have had that body invuln. Nevertheless, good bit of damage there for Enigma. Still stuck in the corner, looking for that TK Tsubaki there. Does get the guard crush, however the instant burst is going to deny things. Nevertheless, it does not stop Seigi from keeping Enigma trapped in the corner. Finally, openings, does whiff the throw, and immediately Enigma clapping back here. These players are not letting any opportunity go unspent.
1k, but Seigi again dropped out. Enigma is not really solid on his Oki, and Seigi with those trademark air throws in the clutch moments really helped them out there. Got 100 meter, but oh no, dolls who actually get Oki after the CA, and the 6B ultimate round clutcher for Seigi this set. All reliable.
Yeah, I think Enigma was really hoping for that counter assault to send Seigi further away, not teching in the air like that, and able to RC for the doll activation. Nevertheless, trapped in the corner, already more than half HP done. Still has the OD available, but suffering a lot of blue beats here. This is a bit of extra damage for Seigi. You might be avoiding some kind of mix-up, but it's definitely a health loss. You are calculating for that.
And we're just looping right now. Finally catches Seigi out on a roll, but not quite a combo after. Oh, this is pretty big though. Wife just regenerating, and Enigma just fully ready to know. Oh, I thought it would probably be something like a Bbeuobi, but I guess because there is a shitload of
Oh!
and oh, the no tech gets caught another time by Enigma, finally adapting to Seigi's habit of wanting to roll out, and this clutches the set for Enigma.
That was clutch. That was an interesting choice by Seigi, but I definitely like the routing there from Enigma on that OD combo, where he was definitely trying to use every bit of resource to run the combo as long as possible, right? Could have definitely opted to do for the killing super instead that that Relius has, but instead choosing for the Venom there just to keep the timer running, right? Make sure that Seigi does not leave with any OD left. But like the no tech 3C catch and the doll overhead setup for the conversion, that's an unfortunate way to go out. I'd imagine you'd like emergency tech just instantly spin that Yukikaze just to go back to mid screen or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, part of the reason is that Seiki got away with a lot of rolls. So at some point you start feeling comfortable, but that point was not at the end of the set.
Discussion in the chat from Enigma is that the 3C was a setup to roll catch, so you can still throw out the meaty throw in case he would try to Yukikaze. But well, he just ended up no teching, so none of that came to pass. But we won't harp on it, as it's going to be Void Zero versus Kalazon Man now. So Enigma keeps the run alive, going to be facing off against Gurman later. Now we're in the other half of losers quarters, as we're going to be determining who gets to face off against Lumbria next. Is it going to be Void Zero or Kalazon Man?
What do you think about this matchup?
I think it's going to be a tough one for Kagura personally, because he does have that BFAF, but a lot of his stuff is definitely quite committal. And with the pace that Void Zero could definitely play around with all the air movement and the nails and such, it's going to be a difficult one for Kalazon Man to actually catch Void Zero. So for the most part, he's going to be trying to play around those JCs to swat him back down to the ground, try to have him hold still, and you still have to dance around those drives.
That's that BFF does immediately work in a matchup. Void Zero opting to rush him down, and that did not quite work. Kalazon Man got his offense started very quickly. And now it's up to Void Zero to defend.
Drive combo, again, the A-nail set up there that Void Zero has been favoring significantly here. Does bait out the CFAF, but Kalazon Man has that 50 meter to make it safe. Quickly just running through the strings. Goes for the stance cancel. The Wyvern is going to get blown up here by the Exceed Excel. A little bit of breathing room for Void Zero. Lets the 3C rip, has that 50 meter himself. Was almost able to get the confirm there, but does end up eating the burst from Kalazon Man. Both players dancing around one another. They have their own cross-up buttons that can definitely make these jump overs very, very scary.
Players really trying to catch each other in the air there, and Kalazon Man the first one to really be able to do it. The RC into grab, almost finishing it off. He got 8k, not a big starter.
I don't know how much of that was Kalazon's plan, but the fact that Void Zero happened to IB there on that last hit before the RC set it up like a much more lenient room for Kalazon Man actually to be able to get that command grab out. Oh
No. Okay. Drop the combo. That could have been big. I was surprised to not even see a burst from Void Zero there, but now we see the burst.
It's still banged up at the end of the day,
True.
right? That they do prioritize that OD, but the BFAF on the 6B, I mean, technically he is in the air.
Yeah. And I feel like Kalazon Man was just smashing there, but I'm down for that, bro.
Ooh. Can Void Zero make that CFAF whiff hurt? A second one baited out, but this time the 50 meter on the table, and I think Kalazon Man is going to wrap things up here. Going to take that first game off of Void Zero. I don't know if it's what the situation is here. It may be a connection, because I think it's like Sweden to... Where is Kalazon Man? Spain? It's quite a distance.
I actually don't know. I know a lot of people's regions, but not Kalazon Man. It's also new to my head.
We need to bring flags onto this. Oh, I think that might have been an OD attempt instead of burst.
Yeah, that's a move with a bit of a gap, so understandable. Okay. He's with the nils, but Kalazon Man. What the heck?
Hey, that's BFAF. That's BFAF. That's CFAF.
Bro. Void Zero's just consistently barreling in the air. Like, most people just want to press into Kagura. I'm genuinely just surprised to see someone barrier. Kagura move there. And it goes a layer further than barrier. We can also use Bang's drive in the air. Guard point straight through the flash kick. And we can purple throw him for even more damage. Void Zero going insane this game with the adaptations.
I think it's just one of those as well where Void Zero ends on a purple throw because being full screen as Bang is not too big of an issue against Kagura, so either Kazan Man makes a mistake, ends up taking all that purple throw damage, or they go back to full screen, or mid-screen-ish, and we get to see air movement from Bang once again shine. Where are we going, man? Look at that kick. Lindworm baited out, but
Not quite punished for Sweet. Just
maybe it might just be 3C. Too greedy of a punish attempt, you know?
Mm-hmm. You want to get that juicy fatal, but yeah.
Yeah, not this time. It's a weird charge super, so I guess it just has weird rules to it as well in terms of punishing. Kadabos. Oh, big button ahoy.
Space.
Yeah, Ray. G's was in the bracket. Unfortunately, he didn't make it to stream, but maybe more brackets for him in the future. I hope.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, BFAF. It's gonna be the burst out from
BFAF.
Void Zero.
Yeah.
Blocks.
He blocks all of that, but not really trying to take his turn back. Possibly scared of a CFAF or something?
I mean, like you saw, we saw Calazon use the 6D attack and use the 2D attack, but hadn't quite used the 5D stance yet. So still a risk of something coming out, and especially 5D-A being that body invulns fatal starter.
Yeah.
So not
fair.
body invuln, body armor. You always have to be quite apprehensive when you press against Kagura. My goodness.
Ooh,
No 2D.
32D. Yeah, trying to protect that Kagura JC, but Kalazama not going too crazy with that. JC.
Void Zero is looking for any opportunity, and just like that is getting run up, thrown there by Kalazan Man. Desperately looking for that final hit there to try and put himself on the board. However, it's going to be the end of Void Zero's run here. Still, though, making it all the way into the top 8, no small feat, especially in the bracket this stacked is some really, really clutch performance there. However, it's going to be Kalazan Man moving on forward, facing off against Lombria, and it's going to be a bit of a team kill between those two.
Oh, both of them are RKS. I have no clue what that is, but I didn't even notice that they were part of the same crew. Is this something to do with Spain?
I assume so. I assume it's like a Spain group.
Gonna get Knowledge Ignis in our winners finals versus Dullahan. While German is waiting to go up against Enigma and Lumbria against Calazon, man. While we're waiting though, we got a Matcherino. Make sure to claim those free codes. If I see this correctly, there are 27 out of 50 codes remaining. Get our players some zero, that's 25 cents added to our beautiful prize pool, where we also have contributors for over 100 euros today, over 115 even. Shoutouts to Hoon, of course, Drave for the 36 cents, Toki, and Yucker, who's chilling with me here.
Oh, that's me. No way.
Yo, yeah, whoa.
Whoa.
Commentator with money? Donates?
Real? That's, just a small bit of the yacht fund, you know.
Yeah, thanks for letting me Lambo yesterday, by the way, man.
No worries, man. No worries. I got you. German is in the room right now with us here. But is Enigma in the room? Do we hear the Enigma voices?
Where's this guy looking at the dust up right now? Like, yo,
who plays Celica, bro?
What am I supposed to do against Celica? I don't play against a character.
Where's Nessica when you need that Celica matchup experience?
I do think it's wild how the last bracket Nessica entered, at least that I saw, was just the Celica picture on him, and I was like, damn. You're really going out on that character?
But I think on Discord before he left, he was going by Celica 2 anyways, but Yeah, I said like one of the few players that actually knew what was going on with Celica before Gurman did put the work in, and most definitely has put in the work. We've seen some really fancy mix-ups come out from him, as well as just some really tight sequencing and also being able to go for that auto burst bait off of the anti-air from Celica. However, I wonder how many times people get to play against Celica, if it's Gurman's or another's. And has Enigma put in the work to learn what to do against his character? So you may, like you said, he may very well be studying up the dust loop. I mean, his stream is open. We can take a look. Oh, he's labbing Celica. Oh my god. He is labbing
Yeah,
against
that's fair.
Celica right now.
That's totally fair. Oh wait, her six. Bro, I confuse her 5C for her 6B all the time because who plays this character? But okay, yeah, that's the anti-air. Are there playable characters with 5C anti-airs? I feel like there are. That I just forgot.
Bye. No, I'm kidding.
Loki?
No, I think like the characters that constitute to having like air quotes 5C anti-airs, like unless you mean in a really traditional sense, but no, like I'm thinking like Hakumen,
Wasn't Arkune's 5C? Or
Oh,
am I
you're
confusing
right.
that
Yes, Arkune's 5C is actually just a dead ass anti-air.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Like, I swear there was like one character in the game that I thought, for some reason in my brain, it's a 50-50 between Arakune and Celica because I don't play against both characters.
But yeah, like
But
some of these
Gurman,
characters have their like. Wait, hold on, that's Izayoi. Oh
yeah, I
my
was about to
goodness.
say not having this Celica here. Enigma laughing Celica for nothing.
He's like, wait, no, all my effort, my delays of showing up on stream. But listen, all you gotta do is imagine that the audience is a bunch of pineapples and it's all gonna be fine.
Listen, there's nothing to worry about. Like, you have not taken damage at all. Don't worry about the dots that light up on the bottom left of the screen, and just kill Gurman.
Thing is, like, the Gurman now with the install, I feel like it's a bit too early. Because there's so much health to go through, and typically the way you'd like to see Izayori go for the transform is she's already been able to get a few hits in there, get you to about like 3/4, maybe half health, and then whatever she has left, she can finish you off with. But being at full health with only 4 pips is too little. So now we're starting to see a little bit of a better sequence here, right? We're gonna get those max pips unlocked, a little bit of damage, and now we can finish off Enigma with the gain art stance and the pips we have.
Yeah, then you got that crouch confirm going on to 1.9k. Save jump into... Yeah, actually got a hit in. Just some star pressure. Zio can do that too, don't worry.
Of course, stagger pressure mixed in with some triangle dash instant overheads type beat. Go for the counter assault there.
Okay, and that JA is also just like a really good air button. But mostly just being solid hits at this end segment of this match. Probably against Enigma. Unless he keeps living, but nah. Okay, the misfire send him out of the air.
Yeah, good to see that Izayori learned Fubuki from Jin.
I mean, that's just the whole Tsubaki thing. Like, she steals a lot of moves from him, including normals.
That is true. Has some sort of Reihyo of her own, some sort of Fubuki of her own.
Can you blame them? They're both rich white girls.
Well, not Jim, not anymore. He lost that privilege. Right, nice. Okay, clean little pickup there by Enigma. Able to run a bit of damage. We see the OD pop here. Able to get quite a hefty amount of extensions as well as constantly generating pips here. Gonna be ending on 3. Good grip of damage.
Oh, nearly ready with the cross up there, but not really hitting a button. Enigma manages to get away. Doll got killed here, but Enigma got a couple hits in and resets with the doll. Okay, now it is time for Oki again.
Both sides. Yeah, I want to see the super into definitely the teleport out to make it. Actually, is it teleport cancelable on block? I'm not sure. I feel like it is.
I honestly feel like it is too, but
Which, because like seeing 100 bar on Izayori, that's like the thing I expect to happen.
I'll,
If
I'll,
not teleport cancelable, at the very least, only an OD. Thank you.
oh, that's what it. Yeah, like I swear, every time you use the super, I just see it hit for some reason. So I just know it's like her best starter.
Yeah, but also the fact that like you see your opponent is on 100 meter, and this character also just has a DP, albeit like being the Regio style, it can have some horizontal issues. Nevertheless, I'd be a little bit more apprehensive of how I'm going to run my Oki when somebody has all those resources and weapons on their side.
Okay, all that stagger pressure just for Enigma to run up and throw after a whole little pause. Good stuff right there by Enigma.
Get the sneak a wife on someone in there, and German has had enough of being on the receiving end of doll pressure. He's going to be popping the OD, get himself a little bit of pips going. Is he going to uninstall? No, stay in the gain arts, constantly looking for these triangle dashes, and looking to combo with as little pips used as possible, because with those 2 pips, you're going to have quite a bit of work ahead of you.
Ooh. Very nice dual snipe on Gurman wanting to move out here. Nearly back at 50 meter too, but Gurman has 100 meter and not afraid to do GP into a lot of instant overheads, but none of them led to a whole ton of damage except for this hit right here. Enigma opting to hero burst right there.
Dual bios from behind.
Yep, yes.
Oh my god, that RC is so clutch. I mean, even if Izayori is without pips, being that low on health is just still a very dangerous position to face off against gain arts, right? The triangle dash with the JA able to access like what, a 17 frame overhead. It is very, very strong.
Okay, Bana with a lot. Oh, I mean, Enigma with a lot of pressure, but wow, that EA just has so much range. Very, very great placing by Gurman right there.
He just had to.
Solo hits. Solo hit all. Solo hit all again. Counter hit crouch from here too.
The grip
Like,
damage, gonna be sending up the dual bios, finds the 5C, no tech, however, no conversion. Does let Gurman escape, but we can see that Enigma is constantly just throwing out an active hitbox for Gurman to fall into. So a chance here for Enigma to tie up the set. However, Gurman does have that burst available. It's immediately going to be spending it on the OD here while holding this pressure is going to be generating some pips.
That to the 1k and an active flow at the ready. Enigma not blocking those overheads, but Gurman not really ending an Oki either, so it's not too bad yet. Okay, the double overhead managed to hit Enigma here. 1.5k rolls out.
Yeah, it was a very expensive sequence there from Gurman, right? Because you have to see that he has to uninstall, which is typically not something you want to do on Izayori, right? You generate those pips once and you try to make it work to the end of the round and never go back to the standard stance. But now, being out of resources is going to cost, and immediately goes straight into the Venom. Just trying to wait it out, pops the OD, denying consistent opportunities for Gurman to burst. However, doesn't finish his food, but is at a pixel health here. Gurman pops the OD, generating the pips. Patiently looking for an opportunity to skip neutral here off of the teleport projectiles, but Enigma stays in the air, makes it very difficult for either an extension or like a confirm off the hits or to run some pressure. Able to close it out and tie up the set 1-1.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways that Enigma could have killed there at the end, but ultimately did not choose to. However, still clutched it. I mean, it was like a sliver of health left, but you know, OD's easy. It's always dangerous, so I get why Shot is not hype about that. Ooh. Good misfire.
Here, patience. Ooh, look at the cancel. Hopefully catch Enigma, but this time takes to the sky, so the wrong misfinery being used here. Quick air stalls off of the repeated activation, deactivation. Enigma pops the OD, but still very much Gurman in control of the pressure. Has found enough pips to go into the gain arts, he finds, as Enigma is at just shy of that halfway mark on his HP.
What? You hit the doll, still teleported inside? That's so criminal. What the fuck?
I guess that's the downside of having a doll is that you do allow for your opponent to get these hit cancels, despite you having blocked or not even being near the move.
Single hit JA, but not quite working.
Oh no, that's your backdash getting caught.
You thought you could get out of range of the super? This is what I mean, man. Like, this super just hits all the time when I see it, so I don't know.
I think
But
Enigma
they
wanted to
cancel.
call out a DP there, so like he was hoping for DPRC.
And then you
But I
guess
think-
it gets the wrong reversal option. Oh, both players just kind of pressing a bit, checking the connection. It's possibly rough.
Well, we'll see, because like I think we, yeah, I think we're experiencing a desync, at least from my side.
That could also be the case.
Like
I
on
thought
stream
even
action
in-
is still going on, so that looks to be okay. Are you desynced as well?
I am desync, bro. Like,
That's funny. Well,
Enigma is just straight up negative state in my end.
Stream is still doing fine.
yeah, stream is still doing fine
Alright.
from what I see, and it looks like Enigma was making a pretty good comeback there. It has has active flow. While I'm commentating this on a delay, so
Yeah, same.
people are gonna be seeing this, watching this live, and German able to get that air tear to finish things off.
Oh yeah, that was really good. NCR for sure. Like, that's so weird about Izio. Like, this character, you need to be so on point with a lot of the random hits she just naturally gets. Like, yes, she
Yeah.
can get those hits. It's just being ready for them is the hard part.
It kind of depends on which normal you start things off with, right? Because people typically do their hit confirms in 2 hits, right? That's like the
Yeah.
standard. On the second hit, you realize or you can process the fact that you've actually hit the opponent, and you're able to then quickly redirect yourself into a confirm route instead of continuing for pressure or something else. The same goes for bursting, right? People typically burst in 2 hits off of random situations. So, like, yeah, again, depends on what kind of normal you're swinging out with, and if that has a very natural cancel that you're looking for in your pressure to allow you to get these hit confirms. And otherwise, if not, then yeah, getting that one touch straight into confirm is very tricky, especially on a character like Izao who gets those pips and then typically plays out the round with the pip she has acquired. You want to be sure that you're not being too wasteful on how you're using them to get your conversions and such. But of course, I think we need to give the roses out to Enigma, who's made a really stellar performance in this Bbeuo bi-weekly, making it all the way into the top 6 and nearly qualifying for
Boot Enigma,
that
please.
semifinal. Wait, I think he's gone now.
Yeah, literally the exact moment he left.
So
Nah,
definitely
Enigma's
putting
still
on
in.
a. Huh? You still in?
Yeah, it's still locked.
Oh.
They can't play.
Let's see. That's
Am
not
I
the
the
player.
problem here? Probably not.
Why is that not the player list? One sec. I need to press all the
Yeah.
buttons.
Room has been disbanded. I think there was a wrong button.
No, I'm still in the
No,
room.
no, we're still in the
no.
room.
Yeah, these players need to not play. Like, you should try kicking one of them.
Can I from here?
I hope so.
No, I cannot.
I'm back. Oh, they're playing.
Yeah, they're playing
Yeah.
now. Well, we could drop a stream.
Yeah, please,
Uh,
please.
Just give them a ping to not play the second one. You have your stream, sir. Excuse me. A little bit of a coof.
Meanwhile, Kagura Izanami is going on, and Carlos Holman immediately started with 2DA. I mean, 5DA, you know what I meant. The overhead, basically. But Lumbria with a very early burst. Got so much corner carry. Carlos Holman not opting to burst at all.
I think it's, going for momentum bursts against Kagura as Izanami is definitely a very I would say correct play to go for, right? Like if you can stuff them into the corner, putting out that that rib cage, like they don't really have a whole lot. Their mash buttons are interesting, but then again, right, you being put into pressure against Kagura is something you want to avoid entirely. So the early burst from Lumbria, I do respect because you could just see this where like the big normals that Kagura could swing with,
Yes.
meaning you can't really access your backdash is damn.
You know, they're both pretty equal in terms of burst, but Calazama took the first round. Very well played against Lumbria. Just managed to get the big damage shit, really. Okay, Lumbria not about to play any neutral here. We got the ribs on deck,
Ooh.
but drop the combo. That's pretty solid.
Clutch overhead coming out just as the ribcage expires, where I think if Calazon had that blocked, he had a pretty good chance to just get a whole punish going, but we see the fuzzies come out, I believe. He's trapped in the corner, the 2B barely scratching Calazon, man. And we're going to go for the hero burst here. Rather surprising to see, especially with the round lead that he has. He could have just conserved it for the final round, but instead now, slammed into the corner once more. A little bit of a drop there, but Lumbria is still in control.
Yeah, super dominant game from Lumbria right there. Regardless of Calazon having used that OD, we are now like witnessing Lumbria just go absolutely insane on him. Okay, Burst managed to catch a jump, and now it's Lumbria's turn. Ribcage mid pressure. Not really leading to too much.
Backdashing away, but ooh, the foot scratcher there, the 2C.
Okay, Wyvern really catching Lumbria, just standing there, not even a backdash, but it doesn't really lead to a pickup, and Lumbria saw that to pick Calazon immediately out of that, and now, oh, command grab. Yeah, here's an Izanami needs a command grab alongside the float mix-ups.
Some slide execution error there. That's, I mean, with like Izanami, it's not too bad to drop because you have really good control over the mid screen, but if you can avoid it right and set up the really, really strong pressure, you definitely should always go for it. But this time, we have the droplets active to be able to naturally combo off of the command grab without having to spend meter. Trapped in the corner. Forced to hold the pressure. Good block so far, but there's a 6C. Misses the conversion, looking for the reversal, but
Wait.
doesn't RC the DP.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, wait, first off, how the fuck did that trade? Second off, there was 100-meter in Calazon's, man, and, like, sure, do you want to go away? Oh, we see the quit here. Thankfully, these players know Hoon is not in the lobby.
I am in the room.
Yeah, he's in the room.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going back
before
now,
this.
too.
Yeah.
I think there is something on Calazon Man's side that he could leverage into Ribcage, which I think it's only him and Naoto that could, because they have a very aggressively multi-hitting DP, right? So
oh yeah, that part.
they can, like in Kagura's case, he can flash kick, tear through the Ribcage, and then RC at the end. And he has a pretty good chance of just deleting it outright and putting them in danger state. But the round start, float 3C here from Lumbria is going to not only be a great starter, but bring him all the way into the corner. Trying to call out the flash kick here, but doesn't end up sending the Shield of Dreams still, though. Blocking up the Schmicks. So Enigma, thank you for the raid. Good performance, boss. And to all the Enigma viewers, don't forget to claim a code.
I mean, what is fuzzy about Lumbria just really forced Calazon so far back into the corner, that 2K conversion into so much pressure right now. Oh, and yeah, the stagger just kind of got him while the Beyblade was out there. It's rough.
Yeah, that fidget spinner being so active, holding you down for so long, just letting you comfortably reset and the flash kick RC into the throw there. Not ready for that kind of maneuver. Set up the command grab right after this. Is this something that Lumbria is going to burst? Yes, he will go for it. Tries to set up the ribcage, does activate it, and immediately commands respect there from Calazon, but this time not suffering the flash kick RC throw attempt.
Then just a bit of stagger pressure at the end. It was a bit of a scramble scenario right there for sure, but Kalazalman really navigating it. Well, just going for your lights.
Squat down, JC. Still though, Lumbria trying to chase Kalazalman into the corner, but we find a 2C hit there anyways. Does send Lumbria flying, but nevertheless, chasing him all the way down. BFAF ready to go, but didn't quite get that 6-6 B into TK knockdown there, so going to be a little bit of an execution drop. Nevertheless, White has a significant life lead to be able to just suffer a few hits, as well as the round lead, should things go really, really bad. As Olympia does drop the combo and immediately presses the RC. Not the most optimal extension off of it, but baits out the reversal, but no punish. Still able to get all these straight hits to connect regardless, and Kalazalman able to tie up the set.
So far, it's just been Kalazalman really winning these scrambles against Lumbria, but Lumbria managing to have their Oki for a pretty long time on Kalazalman, just not really leading to a big hit. Kalazalman also in neutral, finally got the confirm off the BFAP right there. Big 5C whip going unpunished.
I don't think he can punish it. Like, A normals are safe, or like plus even, so you can calmly press after the ODR. B normals are just safe, and C normals where you usually find punishes, except against Jin 5C. Enough of that. Just floating right above all of his swings. You know what? I have time to throw out the BFAF here. What are they gonna do? Throw an air normal at me?
Yes, please. Okay, Beyblade really locking Kalazalman down, but Lumbria not really committing here at the end. More fucking fast, dude.
We love running flash kick. Oh, raw overhead. I think that is going to be the round. And set point here for Kalazalman. Putting on some really strong performance here as, yeah, catching Lumbria at really uncomfortable spots. I'd imagine them both being RKS, that Lumbria has had a lot of time to practice. But that also means that Kalazalman had equally amount of time to practice and familiarize himself with the Tsunami matchup.
But Kalazalman probably be pushed into this corner a lot, which we can maybe see by the defense. Just that was a lot of blocks, man. Okay, I like the fireball still beat his Anami slide there.
I mean, Thunderbolt Lance is not invuln. So Stank, oh, raw overhead, but caught him at a really weird angle. The bits actually might have ruined the pickup potential there. Raw 5DC counter hit. That's going to be the burst out from Lumbria. Blocks the overhead, but still has the ribcage activated. Does escape. Force the burst out from Kalazalman. Look for the Thunderbolt Lance. Dancing around that 2C, but gets swatted out from another Thunderbolt Lance attempt. And that will be the kill there, as Kalazalman is going to close it out against Lumbria 2-1.
Is that a bit of an upset, by the way? Like, I'm pretty sure Lumbria usually is seated pretty highly, but
Yeah, just a slight upset. Lumbria seed 4, Kalazalman seed 7. It's like, I mean, yeah, by the technical sense, it's an upset, but it's within a reasonable margin where you could expect it. That being said, that puts our losers semifinals at German Mayonnaise versus Kalazalman. As we're gonna, I assume, go back to our winners finals where Ignis and Dullahan have been waiting for quite a bit of time to face off against one another for that grand finals winner side seat, as they'll be playing in a first 2-3 for that spot. And I think also at this point, let me see, what's the match arena split looking like? I think we have a top 3 split, so both of these players are guaranteed a cut of that money. It's a question of
They got
how
the
much more.
shmoney's.
How much more money do you want?
Whatever 25 cents times 25 codes is, because guys, we have
Can you
25
on that,
Master
please?
Reno codes remaining.
Please select your character. Hakumen.
It's 25, that's 25.
Arakune.
I know this. It's just I'm really slow at math.
Let the my player figure this out as we're gonna tap right into Ignis on the Arcune versus Dullahan on the Hakumen. Typically, you would see this matchup, but it's like, okay, there's angles for Hakumen to play this out, but we've seen some very interesting answers from Dullahan to be able to escape, especially the bug mix, which is something you would assume like, okay, this is very tight, but Dullahan has his tricks that hopefully we'll get to see utilized. Counter hit 6B here, gonna get a nice little pickup. All meterless, but gonna be spending one Magotama for that Agito knockdown. Keeping Enigma trapped in the corner.
Alright, Dullahan really got them back. Oh, never mind. I thought that was really giving him the Oki there, but Dullahan forced to burst here at the end because, you know, Aracune with a single curse, you don't want to mess with that, even as a Hawkman sometimes. Confident he can take that game and just stall long enough next game to get OD.
Yeah, you have a whole round ahead of you. Like, either things go well and you take the burst from Ignis, or... Like, the one thing you don't want to happen is to be absolutely blown out, complete wash, where you probably only end around, like, 50-60%.
Yeah, though this is not really a good start of the quote-unquote wash. Ignis is already right on it pretty much every curse mix up. Got a hit in neutral. But this is a really good start getting that Yuki Kaze.
5C anti-air, I think messes up the combo there, gets a 2D, and that's the burst from Ignis as well. Looking for a funny 2C RC action to start things off with, but ends up getting scooped up by the 2D. Quick reset after the OD pop, looking to just charge up as much Magatama as possible so that the next hit can kill, and I think that was a TK Hotaru.
Oh my god, if it was, that would have been crazy. Enma though, really working out well for Dullahan, and Ignis was just in the driver's seat for so much of the set, but a single Yuki Kaze into like getting the active flow is really all Dullahan needed to get this game. 1 out of 3 for Dullahan.
Yeah, and so far we haven't seen Dullahan have to delve like too deep into his bag of tricks to be able to like escape some of these bug pressure. I mean, for the most part, we did see him get really overwhelmed to begin with, but then found a very well placed drive to quickly switch things around, and just the momentum carried him from there on. But we'll see if situations change a little bit if Ignis can tighten things up. But again, the drive, cutting pressure short, but not out of the woods just yet. Still has to survive the remainder of the curse pressure. He's already at half health, pushed all the way to the corner. Does try to jump away, looking for some big swinging normals. Baits out the drive, but didn't get the punish. And there's the OD pop from Dullahan.
Yep, and honestly pretty efficient combo because we were in the OD, so lots of Magatama still on deck. But the 5C anti-air from Kune manages to catch Dullahan out of his air dash approach, and this is a curse combo that Ignis knows by heart. There can be a Yuki Kaze here, but yeah, no bug was about to hit Hawkman here, so that means that Ignis punishes, but oh, he's still alive. No barrier though, yeah.
It's rough. It's rough. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, we were talking about doll properties earlier and being able to escape Yuki Kaze. Arukune is also in a similar boat, being that, oh, wow, look at that, able to jump cancel.
Yeah, that was wild.
Time. That's crazy off the 2A, because usually that catches, but I guess fast enough? Very interesting.
Anyway, it manages to OD combo out, and like a bit of a curse on Dullahan because of the cloud right now. But Dullahan with the stagger manages to kind of get Ignis. Nah, okay, not really.
Ooh, I don't know what Ignis was expecting after the blocked 6B. Maybe a drive press, but nevertheless, in the stare down, it was Dylan brave enough to press earlier. So the clean 5A anti-air. Gonna keep the combo nice and simple. Still spending the Agitos because it's very important to put this Arcune down on the ground and run your Oki from there instead of giving him options in the air to find means to access the curse gauge.
Okay, Ignis just right now really opting to stay away from Dolahan as he tries to JC him like multiple times. Really just wants a bit of space, but Dolahan is not giving it to him regardless of the Magatamas, but now we're finally a hidden. Dolahan immediately bursts, doesn't want to get cursed.
I feel like what's going on is that Ignis is very used to a casino style of Hakumen play where you see he IBs the Gurren, you see he blocks the 6B, but he's always expecting like some kind of drive press there because it's those situations where people are typically like, I'm ready to, it won't be a punish, but like at least I can take my turn back, and that's the exact type of moment that Hakumens would typically like to get their drive out.
Yeah, and there are the bugs, just, you know, when you're low on barrier like that, and just a bug being able to guard crush you. Yeah, you're low key checkmated. There's probably like very niche interactions that you can do, but the success rate of that is not very high. Ignis claiming it up beautifully.
Wheel of Fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Game a piece to both. Start things off, dancing around, but that JC, the fly swatter there. We go to the Emma there. 6B, no major conversion just yet, and wants to make sure that there's no momentum given at all to Ignis. Still though, Ignis able to find these hits. Doesn't quite fully convert, and there it is, the follow-up. Wanting to finally press on that IB from the Gurren, but there are still Magatamas available for Dolahan to make situations not as linear. What?
Okay, the Feisty got or roll there, but Dolahan not quite ready with a combo, and that's understandable. It looked really goofy the way that Ignis got out, but yeah, not attacking against the curse is leading to a bit of damage here.
The Yukikaze to finish things off with. Especially when you're so... Like, it was a bug hit that activated the Yukikaze, and that does mean that Ignis can get out of the way, but he was already buffering that overhead, so got clipped out in the end. Oh, it's an overhead, gets a clean pick up there with the bug still on the table. It's going to be in a brief window without curse, but immediately able to get half on the table. Still though, Dillahan not deterred from pressing buttons, able to get a few quick hits there, but needs to find himself something large. Was hoping for that 5C to connect, and the Renka, clean whiff straight into the Bug Carnival. Oh, come back here.
Yeah, okay, no, you can't crawl away from me, guy. Counter sadly a bit mistimed on Dolahan's end right there, and the hero burst also just not really working out. That is actually a massive resource deficit going for Dolahan into the next round.
Yeah, that's a very surprising choice. Might have been a frustration burst too, looking at things, especially with that Hotaru earlier.
The bug actually kind of messed up the combo there, but Dolahan was not expecting that, so Ignis got a pretty neat reset.
I mean, the thing is, like, how much do you have to play against Arcune to fully understand, like, the implications of what every single bug hit and, like, bad bug hit can lead to, right?
Definitely not enough, especially when there's just one Arcune we got. Oh! Wake him Hotaru though.
Good grip here. 5k, half health dealt. Gonna activate that active flow off the Exceed Excel, however, has a bit of work left ahead of him. The bug on the table needs to keep the pressure tight. Jumps away. Has a little bit of a safe haven thanks to cutting one of the bugs. Needs to survive. Finds the Enma, but doesn't convert afterwards. Goes for the Zantetsu 2C. No conversion. Looking for that air throw. One Magatama to his name. And the JA into the JB to finish things off with. Almost running that back there, but unfortunately just coming up shy as Ignis is going to take the lead in this set. One game away from that winner side grand finals seat.
Yeah, that was just such good awareness, like situationally by Ignis there. Let's see if we have some more of that going into this, but Dullahan right now immediately got the lead. Okay. Oh, not quite managed to catch him
Oh,
there, and yeah, the burst bait by Ignis, that's so huge, can get a free fucking curse combo, and now Dullahan might be dead. Oh,
Oh, gonna go for the momentum burst here. Has Curse, has him in the corner, does not want to give any opportunities over to Dullahan to interact. Finds the guard crush, doesn't quite get the pickup, but immediately detect into the J2A. However, flies straight into the beam and is gonna be slammed right back into the corner. He so desperately tried to escape from the JB, and the whip 2D is gonna seal the deal as Ignis is now on set point here.
Rebel 2. Action.
so fast too, but Dullahan's OD is back in just a little bit compared to Ignis's. Unfortunately though, you might have to spend it on burst. Yeah. Always sucks to talk, man, but yeah, this is like one of those characters where doing it is very fair. Okay, you're resetting the 6B. You're gonna need a lot of those. Make it work long term, but this is a decent start. 2-2K.
You need 2 Magatama spend for so little damage. It can be rather painful, but it's what you have to do against Arcune, right? You have to make every hit count, making sure to lead into knockdowns, because this character can definitely create some very frustrating situations with his own movement. And just like that lockdown, however, does find the Yukikaze through all that. What immaculate blocks from Dullahan, but we're going to see the OD pop. Any hit from the drive will put him into cursed state there, so he can immediately start dominating the round. But man, Dullahan staying outside of the range, not letting him get any free drive hits. He's going to run him out of curse and kill him with chip damage off of the Renka.
Yeah, no barriers on Ignis there. Like he had a lot of IBs ready too. It's just kind of forgot about the chip damage.
Oh, wow. JB cross-up hitting nicely, but the TRM there, especially off the dash, that's quite something.
Yes, for sure. Oh, no tech by Ignis there. That's actually a lot of damage more, and just one more hit by Dullahan can honestly do it because we can go into OD. But no, yeah, the single hit into burst, that's something you just gotta do against Arcane sometimes. Of course he whiffs, and Ignis just fully capitalizes on it. It is now time to be cursed. What's the mix?
That is 2D straight into the Yanagi. Able to block most of it, but still ends up getting hit nevertheless. Blocks out the debug here. Quick mash. Excellent IB. Looks for the Exceed Excel, but just jumps over to the other side. And I mean, come on, Ignis. You do it to yourself.
Yeah, that really was the second time.
The raw tech guy, huh?
The raw tech guy. I thought this guy would only raw tech throw react every single time.
Rebel 1. Action.
Not the Ignis I know.
Alrighty. Both players on that final game for that winner's side grand final seat here. As things are starting off pretty decently for Dullahan, able to find a few hits, controlling the neutral against Ignis. He's spending a lot of Magatamas on Agitos. Blocks the 5C anti-air. It gets opened up by the overhead. Immediately going to be bursting here. That's one of the important things against Arcune, is that overdrives or ODRs are going to be very sparse to come by. So the best option you have, if you're going to use your overdrive mechanic at all, is going to be bursting early to prevent the curse buildup.
Fortunately, preventing curse is not a thing that Dullahan is doing right now. Rossing him up, but yeah, the counter, unfortunately for Dullahan, does not really prevent the bug from hitting him after the recovery of 2D, and Ignis just started so much pressure right after that hit. But we can kill here. Oh,
there's a lot of OTG hits there, and especially being locked out of curse buildup. I think it was just more so about holding him still for a bit. Nevertheless, Ignis, once again, finding himself on that set point. Both players with their burst available, ends up holding the spider hit, but the JA finds the approach, and the no-tech pickup here. Able to drag him all the way into the corner. Agi do it for the Oak. He pops the OD, and from that little bit of curse he got from the blocked spider, he's able to quickly steal the corner position. Nevertheless, though, excellent 5A by Dullahan. Completely reversing the situation. Straight into the 6B overhead. And again, the no-tech pickup.
Nice spacing on a 2B, but no jump cancel on it to C right there. So that's not really the combo that Dullahan needed to kill, but the 6A shoulder bash.
The Subway Slammer?
Yes, the Subway Slammer managed to make Dullahan win his final potential round. Get him to set point. Good. Lots of clashes here, but that 5D not quite working out against the jab here.
Oh, just blocking out. The burst already expended here, and Ignis has got his coming up soon. And this is the... Oh, no! Execution error. That could have been definitely a very scary situation. Almost game ending there. But there's still a bit of room for Dullahan to play with, right? Doesn't have the maximum curse available, but has the threat of OD. Activates curse, backs away, looking for the bugs to just tie down Dullahan for the time being. Excellent blocks. Good patience here, but doesn't quite survive against the overhead still. Has a bit of room before Ignis starts developing some curse again. And TRM yourself. That's unfortunate. I guess Dullahan is also a raw techer.
Yep, this guy might also become known as the TRM guy, but the anti-air bait by Dullahan right there is huge. Oof, tries to fish for a reason here. Oh, never quite finishing up at Santetsu. Clutches for Dullahan. 2.8k damage in such a small amount of time. Made it sure that a Hawkman could do enough damage to not let Arakune burst.
Damn, Ignis just kind of stood still there. I don't know if he was trying to lock in for something, but man, for how often we see him try to interact on things, this is a bit surprising. I wager maybe even a controller disconnect. I don't know if he has one of those, but nevertheless, right, that's one way to go out to the Santetsu there. As Dullahan really clutched it out, able to get some really clutch hits there, and especially surviving all of that curse pressure is that was something. But man, I think earlier when Ignis dropped that conversion, which could have been full curse, that was I think the big turning point for how the rest of that match played out. Where should Ignis have gotten that knockdown, gotten all that curse build up, it was going to be a Goliath task for Dullahan to survive that. But instead, being only at halfway, having to use the OD to get some bugs on the screen to control the pressure a bit, or sorry, the neutral, excuse me. It just created that little bit of space of like, okay, Dullahan can block these out pretty well. Now he has a much shorter time that he has to lock in to block these out. But anyways, it is what it is. The fate has been sealed. We're going to be seeing Kalazar Man versus German Mayonnaise come up right now. The winner of that facing off against Ignis in the losers finals.
Starting off immediately with a JC by the Lizon Man and a counter hit Wyvern forcing German to burst because that would have been a shitload of damage.
Oh, absolutely. So definitely smart to go for the early burst there, but not able to find the greatest conversion just yet. And sees a big old whiff normal. Just going to go for the EA, keep things nice and simple here. Putting German all the way into the corner. Gets a raw hit off the surfboard, confirms into the path, but yeah, blocks it out. Big punish, and Kalazar Man, nice, clean, and simple. Shout out to Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, just swinging that big sword, I get it, bro. Kind of worked for a bit, but not really good Oki, and German just immediately is like, okay, yeah, I know you're Oki as shit here. I will mash, and mashing will succeed. Ooh. Not attack on Kalazar Man's end here, and this is gonna lead to a whole load of damage for Ito. 2K? Yeah.
I think some of the things I've been noticing here from Celica is that she definitely likes to loop some of the same specials quite frequently, which can be quite a cap on her damage, right? Getting that SMP out. I think it's still going to find the kill, but man, if there was another way for this character to just get like maybe one different special and we could see significant damage increases.
What? Did the aerial early and recovered in time, so BFAP didn't hit. Very wild. Alright, then the
BFAP has quite a hefty startup, so it's a really good flash, like anti-air flash kick, but it's a little on the slower side compared to other ones. Wyvern here, but the 2C. Ooh, mistiming the Sonic Boom there for the Oki, but nevertheless finds an overhead. Quickly running down. And able to get the throw off the cannon attempt there.
Well, RC trying to... What?
No, I think that was an execution error.
Okay. I was like, they call us on my thing going at burst for some reason or something, but execution error would make sense.
It happens. It happens. I think it's just the nature of these net play things, right? Is that like the connection between two players is there may be spotty moments where you know you're just going to make a little error and you're not going to get the combo you're looking for, which is all the more to say that you should be going to your offline events, go to your locals, go to Outplayed. You'll be shilling that more later.
Ooh, that Wyvern almost had a follow-up, but a little too far spaced. Using the early RC, but Garneman knows how to block these. JB cross up though manages to give Kogura around 3k, and now we are back in the corner again. Let's see how Garneman will handle this on defense. Oh, early RC, no combo.
Quick little tick throw action there from Calazon. And yeah, this was also a our last first to two of this evening. So Calazon Man is on set point here against Gurman. And starting things off quite heavily here. The burst is already off the table by Gurman. And we're just suffering that good old-fashioned Kagura damage straight into the corner. Finds the big armor hit. And a good chunk of green health here. Either to use it to cash out some damage, maybe even recover it to heal. We can see that Calazon Man is trying to leverage life lead that he has to play a bit around his projectiles.
Okay, but this is gonna be a whole load of damage. Spicy starter on top of just being such close proximity. Yeah, 5.1k. And no tag from Calazon, but no combo by Gurman. So unlucky. Gurman also probably thinking there was gonna be a cross up here, but it was not. Calazon Man got the hit in, and that is game 2 already, and I think that means Calazon Man is now moving on to our losers finals.
They're going to be facing off against Ignis, and actually, I feel like these two have played each other already. If I'm not mistaken, no, they came from opposite sides. Yeah, Kagura versus Orikune is oof. Oof is what I can say. Like,
yeah,
he
like,
has BFAF.
It's a fly swatter matchup.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, kind of. Like, he has BFAF. He has a JC. Maybe in a really, like, rare situation we might see the 6C. But that's not something you would properly, like, really plan your matchup around. Like, if your matchup is like, oh, you should look to hit 6C, it's like, that's kind of doomed. But he has options, but, like, BFAF being a flash kick, you have to just sit there for a bit. It's hairy, right? It's a little hairy there, but
it's just the type of matchup where you think, you know what, I will be the better player one time, swap the fly and run my game plan, or die trying.
Yeah, like at the same time, some of Kagura's like biggest openers and like canned mix, we're talking like 2DA for example, it's got such a hefty gap between any of like his normals or his other stances that it leaves a lot of room for Ignis to just backdash out, right? So Arcuna can still be very, very slippery, and you just have to be like, play it so compact and like you said, maximize every single hit, because the moment that you start holding the bug pressure, it's really, really over. Kagura does not do the best into mashing out in a lot of situations.
This here, though, pretty good start to show the BFAF can swap that fly pretty well. Lots of momentum on Calazon Man's end just because of a single BFAF.
He's there, generating himself a lot of meter, but he's significantly on the back foot. However, finds the gap quickly, lets the reversal super rip, and puts him straight into the corner here. Curse activated, And with that, he could maybe run away with the entire round. We see the barrier gauge being used liberally here, but it's opened up by an overhead. Burst not yet used out, trying to survive the curse for the most part, right? Leveraging that life lead that he has to find an opportunity to shake it out. And just like that, he's going to be eating a counter assault, and that's Ignis just, once again, flying it out back into the mid screen, but he's going for the hero burst
Yeah,
here.
especially with the zero curse, like it's a little surprising to me that you actually end up doing this, but you know, those are $2. That's not a bad start.
No bait there on the BFAF. However, BFAF is BFAF at the end of the day. Can't be safe. And yeah, looking to just float in the air. Unfortunately, just fall straight into the Sonic Boom there. However, does end the round taking away Calazone's burst gauge. Decent small victory for Ignis there.
That's Calazalman managed to swat the fly yet again. Ooh, notices a lot of barriers, and that's a lot of barrier depleted with that crush trigger right there.
Oh, nice. Empty jump into the low there as Ignis is going to try and build up all that curse. Does indeed find it, and is going to be extending himself a nice hefty bit of damage, as well as putting Calazalman right into the corner. Finds the guard crush bug, gets the cross up there, mixing up the FD input, and does it again, right? That's going to be the most annoying part about dealing with that. You think you're burying it out, but just as soon as Ignis swaps to the other side, it does mean you're holding the wrong direction for the guard, and that drops your barrier gauge, or barrier guard.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's so rough to get out, and okay. Ignis just kind of staggering here. Like, the barrier was getting really low on Calazalman, and there were still a lot of bugs left to go. It's just rough at this point, but sometimes you just go to the next round.
It's going to be like that. IBs patiently waiting for an opportunity to just leave, but the jumps gets thrown counter even, so definitely trying to throw out some normals there to control a bit of space here. Look at the Wyvern on through, avoid some projectiles, but we've got the nice little curse cloud there. And we're going to activate it as well with plenty left to play with. Good block so far, but not the end of the ride just yet. Does find the counter assault.
Okay, lots of JC's back. Ignis not really getting called by them. Backdashes out through the Wyvern follow-up.
Nice, good reaction there on the throw.
Yeah, it's the burst there, otherwise it would have been death.
That's a full stick of butter, right? This is very scary for Calazalman to make the approach. So he does try to send out the Bug Storm, but unfortunately, Calazalman was able to slip on through, does air IB it, but man, we're at that very last bit of health here as we need to carefully dance around with the 5A anti-air. Is it enough to get the full conversion? Into the spider web you go, and Ignis is able to clutch out that first game. Still though, this is a finals match, so they're going to be playing out first to 3, and there's a lot of room for these two to go back and forth.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Alright, let's see how these two are gonna start the match. Calazalman starts off with a 2B, but yeah, not really leading to much. Ignis first one to actually kind of let a bit of stagger, but gets buried out. Early burst by Calazalman. But he's also the first one to get a big major hit in.
Too surprising. Like, unless Kagura is getting like really weird air hits, I think that's the main thing, right? It's like getting these air-to-air or ground-to-air conversions is the trickiest part on Kagura, but when he can catch you on the ground, the conversions are pretty easy to come by. Corner, and wow,
no.
what a mix-up timing. That is devilish there by Ignis. Keeping him trapped under the party bug, able to quickly find one hit, and I think that should be the round. Curse activated, doesn't even need to spend the bar.
Rebel 2. Action.
Oh,
Yeah, amazing burst bait right there by Ignis. Just fully aware that people love the burst curse as early as possible.
yeah.
And potentially even get this round because Calazalman's still on burst.
Nice. Able to dash on through, deny the opportunity from Calazalman to go for the flash kick RC there. And it's not going to quite be killed there, but the Party Bug holding down the Oki for Ignis, however, does find the entry off the 2D if they get a bit of damage press, but does mix it into the Micro Dash 3C, and that is once again Ignis in that prime Aracune position, just right above your head, throwing out that JB, creating for a very, very scary situation, and a quick game to follow after that as well. Now, 2-0, one game away from his rematch against Dullahan.
See if Calazon man can maybe get a reverse free. Oh, Ignis is not doing anything on right start, or if Ignis is going really hard. I think Ignis is having controller issues here again. Yeah.
No, he gets his tech. He's blocking this pretty nicely. No, I think
Okay. That just looked a bit wacky to me. I don't know.
It happens. I mean, it's like some of these options get thrown out a little too fast.
True, that is what fighting games at a high level are about. It's just going fast.
Exactly. Especially like these two characters, they love going fast. Both are just high damaging characters, but more so Kagura looking for these really big openers to just lay on the hurt, and well, Aracune always just looking for that curse gauge to make sure you just do not get to play for a few seconds.
Dagger, but yeah, the stance makes just lots of gaps in it, and Ignis really knows how to jump out of it, get a curse combo from it as well, and Calazon, man, just not looking good this round. Ignis still will have as well the cross up plus guard crushing bug really fucked them up right there.
Yeah, good bait, but sadly, that
The fuck?
that might have been a small execution error there from
Yeah,
Calazon,
for
man.
sure.
CFAF there. The patience as well, because like cross up could have made for a clean whiff, right? Like the difference between those two Fafnirs, aside from their invuln properties, is that BFAF definitely hits a lot wider and also well behind. Finds the overhead, it's going to look to maximize the damage, but Ignis can opt to just burst around the half health mark, so there's still a little bit of room available should things go not entirely his way. Ryan has a bit of health to sacrifice, but Calazon, man, keeps jumping into the air. Curse Cloud, so Curse on the deck. As Ignis is utilizing it to drag him all the way in towards the corner, get himself a little bit more damage. One final schmicks before the expiration, able to get the burst, and Calazon, man, definitely looking to burst Ignis into the corner, but back to the neutral we go, and Ignis again, another touch, 100 meter on the table, full curse, and I think you might as well drop the controller.
And that Calazon man probably did, because that mix-up just immediately landed Ignis. Clean for AO in the losers finals on Calazon man. Oh, I say clean, about as clean as Aracune gets. I'm not sure if I can ever fully accept anything this character does as clean, because he just looks like a pile of sludge.
He is a pile of sludge, but there's
Exactly.
like at the very least, right? It's an executional requirement behind the character. It may not be pleasant to play against him or, you know, talk matchups with Aracune players, but they put in the work a bit to.
They definitely do.
Yeah, especially like as I mentioned earlier, one of the most important things when picking up Aracune is that you understand how to reset your curse pressure after your curse combo, so that people don't just simply not tech and you keep blue beating them, because Aracune can easily like blue beat ad nauseum, and you end up wasting all your curse time. But if you can plan those resets in between, that's definitely a really good showing. That being said, I'm gonna be having Dullahan versus Ignis grand finals, right? Dullahan in the winner side, Ignis coming in from the loser side, meaning that he has to win 6 games cumulative to Dullahan's only 3-game requirement to take this week's tournament, as well as the lion's share of the match arena. Speaking of which, as we're heading into the grand finals, this is our last chance to remind everybody that we have 24 codes left to be claimed. So do not hesitate. We have more than enough viewers to be claiming those codes. Head on over, !match_Reno. Hit that claim code button. Sign in if you haven't done so already. And once you've completed that process, you will contribute 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps. As we're going to go straight into Dullahan versus Nautilus Ignis in the grand finals.
Right, starting this game off with a couple 4Cs immediately, but the bug snipe from Ignis immediately did pretty well against the land.
Quick opening, not going to be catching out too much there. Use the Kishu to get nice and close, sets up the throw, and always prioritizing those Agito knockdowns, because the last thing you want to do is give room to Arakune to start playing in the air a lot. Oh, I being the 5A and creating enough of a gap to be able to go for the JD is that's crazy.
Whoa, wake up Otaro again, but okay, just completely safe here. However, not safe anymore. Ignis got the curse now.
But I think that's the one thing that's very interesting that Dullahan does during these curse pressure is that he will just Yanagi, and that gives him so much armor frames to just be able to tear through the bug pressure. And if Ignis is not careful, he gets scooped up at the tail end. I think he was looking to preemptively switch his guard for the or maybe just ended up letting Barry go too early. It's hard to say, but nevertheless, interesting extension here. Catches the roll with the 5C, but not able to get a conversion, and Ignis ready with the super, with the side swap.
Yeah, that's amazing awareness, because people, when they land a big hit like that and don't confirm, they're just like flabbergasted, really want to go for something, but Ignis understands that mentality. 5A anti-airs, though, really coming out a lot from Dullahan, and they're just working beautifully. His Ontetsu not quite hitting this time against Ignis, last moment.
Let's go of the barrier just the very end there, but still able to survive for the most part. Sets up the Yukikaze, and you can see that after the hit, he is definitely safe for a moment. Still, though, it does mean it's within Ignis's right to take control of the pressure afterwards, even though he's trying to press for 5As. Oh.
Beating out that anti-air with a counter on his own. Dullahan really in Ignis's mind right now. Backdash just out of 6B. And not in his mind enough. The 5C worked this time. An immediate burst on Dullahan's end.
Ooh, counter hit. Able to get him confirm off of that. The whole tower wants to maximize the hits he gets out of it. A lot of blue beat actions, and Ignis with the excellent reactions there. Locking in a little here. Ooh. I think he was just trying to fake out a throw there, but good patience there from Dullahan. Agito and a 5C counter hit, though. Facing the wrong way there. Paid actor moment there by Arakune.
Ooh. This is that's a really good point to EA for Ignis and 4K as well because of the active flow, but Dullahan got the raw sweep there at the end in a clutch scenario, claiming the first game.
The thing that might have caught Ignis off guard was the fact that sweep hit air unblockable, I think. Like, he kept him in the air with 2A, and then just that sweep came out so fast. I don't think it was considered low, because I saw the blue exclamation mark. It's definitely a very strange setup that the Ignis was not prepared for. Knockdown. Gonna pop the OD here. Has a little bit of curse to play with and does find a hit, which also allows for the side swap now with Dullahan trapped in the corner, suffering a bit of hits here. So near the curse activation for Ignis with a little bit of meter to play with as well. Could try to force the bug storm, but it's just gonna play it secure, nice and compact, trying to IB what he can to create a little bit of space. 5A just outside of the reach for the drive to connect. A little bit of a lucky break for Ignis as he's now able to find the curse, putting Dullahan in the corner for that next mix.
Yeah, okay, I just slowly would it say the 4 to 2k damage, and I'm like, yeah, that's just the scare to curse off.
Thank you,
JC
Kalizon,
hit.
for the raid. To all the all the raiders, make sure to claim that Machimino code. This is going to be our last set of the evening, so the last chance as well. Good IB, slow walk up there. Patience from Ignis, however, gets scooped up by the J2C. Going to opt to burst early, doesn't want to give any momentum over to Dullahan.
Okay, Ignis managed to go get your grab. Cross up, ended up hitting Dullahan here, and now there is another curse getting in there. Not quite a cross up this time, and Dullahan blocking it all, but that overhead a little bit fast. Dullahan not able to block in time. This is gonna really eat at his barrier, but okay, alt to Yuki calls it out. Yuki calls it out again, and we can cancel this. Yep.
Yeah, we have still so much Magatama left to go. Looking for a reset there. Yanagi to just tear through that last bit of curse gauge. But the barrier gauge is running out. A little bit of a scary situation, and there comes a crush trigger. However, only the level 1
Poor
version,
Yuki
so no
Kaze,
pickup at
bro.
that distance.
Oh, that. Okay, that's so common.
Rebel 3.
Yeah, 6A6B is a guaranteed combo.
Yeah, I paid kind of poor attention and didn't think that's 6-8. I should block the 5C just in time, but Dullahan right here, but Ignis going at these spiders, really trying to catch that curse.
Thing with Arcune 5C anti-air is that it's weird. It has like a healthy amount of head involved, but it just starts so early, and that attack comes out so late that typically people have time to press, land, and block. But you know, it's jump cancel and block.
Yeah, it's like frame 20 plus. It's kind of crazy.
Ooh, barely clips him there. That's a little disappointing. And the safe haven able to eat a ton of bug pressure. Ends up getting hit by the tail end. Ooh, good RC.
Back to neutral. Okay, the JC hits. But this is an EA spot again for Ignis. Crosses up.
I think he tried to set up the fake air dash throw there, but Dullahan ready to interact, just jumped up, able to avoid the situation entirely and get himself that punish. Now 1 game away from being crowned this bracket's champion.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
I think the interesting thing as well about the sword cut projectiles, right, the Fumanjins, is especially if you keep running bug pressure into it, it just extends its duration. So the longer you're just safer for much longer, and you're basically able to hide behind it for almost the entire of the curse gauge if they keep feeding it.
Okay, Ignis first one to land a hit again. The land bursts pretty fast as usual.
Boy can do it. Just like that, he's able to find himself that curse activation. Keep him trapped in the corner. And times it such that he doesn't get that 2D for free. Able to get a hit once the guard frames expire. And just look at this damage. 4.1k goes into the Yukikaze, but just decides to float in the air. Let the spiders take care of the rest, as Ignis now with a chance to put one on the board.
Rebel 2. Action.
Okay, early burst again from Dullahan. What is the game plan now? Ignis called out Dullahan. Air dash with a sick bug right there. Good predictions right there. The mix, the cross up, Dullahan not ready, and the bug caught him. Lacking, no barrier. This is a fast game? No, okay, drop the combo.
No, it's a fast game.
Yeah, it's still a fast game.
Not a perfect, but hey, Ignis still got it. Hashtag not free.
The thing is, like, if I see Hawkman sitting at red health, I think, okay, what the hell is the comeback about to be?
Yeah, like
The wheel of fate
you
is
can either
turning.
decide to like turn up the heat or really like slow it down. Because like Hawkman's pressure is tied to directly to his damage output, right? Like he can be really
Yep.
extensive with pressing all of his Magatama just to extend his pressure more and more. But ultimately, he does also want to preserve some of that to start doing some damage.
He backdashes out of the 6A attempt. 60 goes unpunished. Milan pretty patient. Pressure. Air from Ignis, first thing that hits, and Dullahan, yeah, gets the burst right there.
Build up a glorious amount of curse there. Still though, a lot of mashing coming out here from Dullahan, just trying to force himself into this matchup, not letting Ignis get away for free. Spends every little bit of Magatama, especially that Agito towards the end, but not ready for the reversal super yet again. And Ignis now, with the curse on the table, has Dullahan trapped. Though, that being said, we've seen that Dullahan is able to block these out and escape, but currently not making the best display of that ability. Does find a 2D, and there's a Yanagi to escape, but still Ignis ready for the chase. Able to find himself another hit. Not going to quite find the kill just yet, and I think that is a very painful drop.
So painful, and Dullahan really had the awareness to confirm of that 5A as well, with the staircase combo taking him around. Set point for him too.
You can see like a more careful defensive approach coming out, which actually that's crazy. The fact that Arukune can dash block so fast after an air dash is definitely very scary. But fantastic burst bait now gonna be a great bit of momentum. Yo,
Okay, so this is just the next layer against Arukune. Wake up air throw his cross ups, I get it.
that being said, like Ignis is not deterred by that, right? Just confidence not shaken, keeps him trapped in the corner, but the Yanagi to leave, create a little bit of space, sword cut, but able to block it away, so it disappears fast, and the bugs are able to maintain their pressure. And Dullahan has not, despite his best efforts, been able to escape this corner. And again, the curse is found, trapped in the corner. Damage is not going to be the most. There's one last situation, has a bit of Magatama to his name, as well as that OD coming up, but ends up hero bursting. I would have honestly expected him to just hang on to it for the next round, right? Because he's still a round up on tournament point. We didn't have to be so hasty.
All Magatama's on deck as well, by the way. You can definitely just afford to randomly let a Yukikaze rip. Ooh, 2A mashes out, but not quite a combo. Ignis the one with the that combo instead right here.
Okay, 2D Yanagi, create a little bit of space, and yeah, it's so interesting, these hits that Hakumen can link into each other. 5A into 2A to 5A on air hits.
It really is. When we see Dullahan no more, I'm just like, wow. He really can do that. 5A, 2B from that range. Damn.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a very expensive drop, but nevertheless, right? Ignis is just going to be pressing because he has so much health to play with. Should Dullahan find some kind of opening, right? There's just a lot of room to just take the punish, survive, but it's not even going to be required as Ignis is slowly mounting this comeback, right? Already bringing it to a 2-2 situation where they were last time. Can Ignis change things up, right? He needs to find us reset and then another 3 wins. Or will Dullahan close it out? Because with the 2-game lead that Dullahan's had, it's given Ignis a bit of space to slowly build up a counter strategy. But at the same time, this is also room for Dullahan to bring up his final counter strategy to close out the current set.
Right now we're not seeing too much though. Ignis mastered out beautifully with that 5A and is now going to get that first. Four Magatama's on deck though. Yeah, exactly. You cause it out, but Ignis baits it out. Didn't get it. Just last curse rip.
The thing that Ignis is also doing that's really cool is that when he sees that the Yukikaze is triggered, he
This combo
follows
is-
after it, but he also deploys the bugs at the range that Dullahan would exit. Momentum burst, a little bit of an error, but finds another JB in the conversion off of it. And that is Curse off the OTG hit. Still though, able to roll out of the corner, looking to survive the pressure. Spending a lot of barrier gauge, but it's going to be running out. It gets hit by the raw C-Bug, debug, excuse me. But it's going to end up bursting here. But still trapped. Finds a 2A mash. Agito, no counter hit. Look for the 5 seed. Looks for the throw. And Ignis able to put himself on a reset point.
Rebel 2. Action.
Hey, the JC just to get out of the JB range that Ignis lost to go to. This is a really good counter adaptation we are getting from Dullahan. Fucking 5D.
I was hoping for that 2C to counter hit. Next to no Magatama, but these drive callouts by Dullahan have been so fantastic. Spaced himself out after that combo because he doesn't want to be spending Agito too much, right? He is running out of resources. He needs to get that final one. He's always just been barely dancing around that one Magatama. Now he needs to get that last touch as Ignis is playing it really conservatively and just like that, able to find an opening. This is a question of, is he going to steal this round or can Dullahan find that last touch to go into the final round of the set with Burst on deck? Does get opened up by the Guard Crush debug, but still the curse is expiring. And the TRM!
Uh-oh, not a raw attacker.
He's locked out. He steals it entirely, just thieves it right from Dullahan's hands as he's able to make it a 3-2 Grand Finals reset. Ignis now with the chance to actually win it. Both players needing to find their final 3 wins. It's a really rough decision there for Dullahan towards the end because, like, as I said, he definitely wanted to hang on to that burst if he could, but it was also coming up so slowly, and the moment he got it, Ignis let that OD rip. Said, nah, you're gonna have to hold that one, save it for the next set.
Arakune.
Yeah, that's just that Blaze Blue awareness that we got in here, like
Yeah, Blaze Blue awareness, indeed.
high level Blaze Blue players just know, oh shit, I got the final hit in, let's OD.
The wheel of fate is
We do not want that burst, we want all our damage.
action.
Exactly. So, see if Dullahan has any sort of changes left, any sort of energy left in the gas tank. And can Ignis match that? Or does he just have to do the same old and win out this tournament that way? Ooh. Santetsu, big opening, gonna be a nice grip of damage. Agito spending every last Magatama. Air blocks out, and there's the big bat swing.
Okay, I love that. You don't often see that move ever, but I guess a Kune super block like that, yeah.
Oh wait, Ruin, I think you forgot to change the scene.
6A anti-air? Okay, 6A's are usually anti-airs. Nice shoulder bash by Dullahan.
The Hood with us in the room right now.
So, uh-oh.
He'll figure it out later. I mean, people can still see the game at least, so.
True. Let's just see our avatars now. What? Bro, I thought that 2C was just raw connect right there. And Dullahan got the awareness with the OD as well. Oh no, EA! That was honestly game.
Yeah, that could have been it right there, but I don't know what happened. Nevertheless, right, able to find that 2A, 2B for the finish, and I mean, Dullahan not out of it just yet. So it's surprising. I guess it's more like the mental reset between both players as they go into the next set. That yeah, it's interesting how that played out because it's such a confident win as well. You'd imagine why didn't Dullahan break this out earlier, but the pressure surmounting of it being the tournament game. scoop. And that should be the curse on the table. Ignis now in a very, very solid position. Able to get that first opening. Plenty of curse gauge left. It's not going to be enough for a second. Oh no, yeah, one last mix into the no curse segment. But the 5A mash there by Dullahan. No major conversion after it, but more so looking for the reset, especially with that Agito.
Yeah, now he's just playing ping pong with the bugs. Bugs still doing a little of the work, but Dullahan really manages to freaking block his way fully out of this. But that burst with low health like this is so unfortunate to see. Dullahan had so much faith that with all these Magatomis he could make a comeback work, but he could not. Ignis blocked. And now Ignis landed the hit in. And this one is big as well because it's gonna lead to curse. No way for Dullahan to circumvent that at all. So Magatomis on deck. We're not gonna see Yuki Kaze's at all. Guard crush, sadly, for Dullahan.
Yeah, this is Ignis absolutely on a tear right now. Working on that perfect and gets it. One apiece. These players are going back and forth.
You know someone's on fire when they just get active flow normally, like no overdrive, not even much blocking on their own, just all their own mix-ups, all their own hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like Arakuni is one of the few characters I see that with Izanami sometimes. Other than that, like I feel like those two are just consistent at getting OD. Oh, Susanoo sometimes. Anyway, Dullahan, the first bit of momentum here. We got a 5D in. I see a bit of a slow anti-air again. Dullahan blocking in time and got a bit of a hit in, but it's not too much. 1 at 7k.
Oh, big J2C keeping him at bay, right? Just these big sword normals to try and keep the Arakune in check, not just getting all around him for free with these JBs, but to find a few hits. But Dullahan is ready to just leverage this life lead to immediately just try to press, making sure. Oh, for the aggressive burst there. I guess Dullahan learning his lesson from the final round of the last set there, that with a bit of momentum, the Arakune character can completely run away with an entire round. So better safe than sorry with these bursts.
Nice tech on the throw by Ignis right there. And now he immediately got a curse combo to reward him with. Dullahan letting the drive rip, but unfortunately not landing for him. Ignis. Wow, Yanagi, I mean, just got him through some freaking bugs, bro, but it's not enough to catch Ignis. Ignis very safely outside of his range and now gets his curse combo again for the punish.
Yeah, there's a mix of opening. I mean, the Yanagi from Dullahan has never been used with the intention of catching Ignis. It's always just been the extended guard frames and being able to slide away from the corner. More so putting the challenge on Ignis, like, are you prepared in any way to maintain your corner pressure, or do I just get to slip out?
Okay, got the burst right there. Receive barely did not connect. Ignis still hovered a bit over it with that JB, and now we are getting back to the corner with another curse. Yeah, cross up again. It's just like, bro, which side was that even on, you know, like?
Good question. Yeah, puts the trap right there, waiting for him on the exit of the Yukikaze, and Ignis, again, taking the lead in the set. He's now one game away from winning the tournament off of the reset as well. So really putting in the work here, although needs to always be on his toes, because given a little bit of space, right, Dullahan can take away your entire arm and just put you in this very painful situation where he's able to constantly get these really, really big hits and kill you off very fast. being respected there by Ignis. However, the mash is going to be won out by Ignis in this case. You have to set up the curse, drag him all the way into the corner, and this is once again the happy zone for Arukune. Just the incredible pressure that is so difficult to block out. We've seen some really good attempts there from Dullahan in the past, but sometimes he just ends up slipping up a little too fast, and I forget, I don't know which special he tried to use. You could definitely tell by the seal in the back, but it happened so fast, and he got hit so fast that it was hard to see what it was.
Oh, the Emma anti are really getting blocked by Ignis there, and then just punishing with another 5A.
Yeah, the Enma follow-up, sorry, the Enma able to like hit right above his head, maybe even slightly behind it, is always very scary. But I'd imagine it makes for a really strange conversion point there. So if you know that, then you're just one of the Hakumen knowers. Good reactions.
Okay, jumping back, JC.
Teleporting around, being all slippery, being all goo-like.
What the? That move just really clashes with everything, man.
Oh, nice conversion here. As bat swing.
The fatal 3.7k punish.
I mean, just getting max charge 6C is like the bloodline ender starter.
Bloodline ender. Yeah, your whole family will just die the moment it gets hit. Okay, shitload of 6Bs, Ignis not really attacking them.
Oh,
that is a point where Arukune can't jump indeed after those 5As, you're right. So yeah, this is very unfortunate for Dullahan. Okay. Not really opting to attack, just letting the curse timer run out. But Ignis does know how to get some pressure afterwards. Also is in OD right now. A single hit after this can do it.
Yeah, and the scary part, like, we might want to have to Yuki Kaze here immediately just to get out of the corner. He is going to drop the bugs. However, it's more so to hold him still, let him get on top of Dullahan with a bit of curse left to try and find an opening, because he just needs that last touch here. And you can already see Dullahan instantly bursting it because Ignis is on that set point with burst available. Big opener, and immediately the burst being pressed there by Ignis. Chasing him down. Has the little hula hoop curse cloud. But the Zantetsu at the maximum distance is going to seal the round there. Dullahan being able to bring it to a final game situation. These players are going neck and neck for the win this week. Oh my goodness.
Dudes. Zantetsu is so clutch for Dullahan, I can't believe it, man.
I think, like, it's also the thing where, like, Dullahan uses it with, like, enough variance, and in situations where you, like, haven't seen it for so long, but it's also just not on your mind.
Yeah, true.
That it just catches you off guard, because, like, Ignis is definitely paying attention to when Dullahan can put himself into 6B situations, but, like, the spacing there, that's something that maybe Ignis is more comfortable trying to, like, jump and then get the JB, but the Zantetsu is ready to just slap him. Here, a bit to get a good bit of damage, but the rollout into the Zantetsu, cashing out a lot of damage while Ignis is without burst and spending every little bit of Magatama just to tie it up. Finds the reset, no pickup. Immediately RCing off of the super, goes for the fast burst here, wants to make sure to make the most of it, but doesn't end up pressing the 2A there, looking for the reset. I think might have been a little bit of an error. Nevertheless, Dullahan back on tournament point, 0% burst, so very... I think it's almost impossible to get it back in this one round, unless you goes the full length.
Especially as Hawkman. But Dullahan sure as heck is trying. Gets the Oki here, but the 5A whiffs against Arukune crouching here. So Ignis is going to get his curse started. Okay. Cancels to OD here.
So far, even the mix-up out of the corner steal. Oh my goodness!
Those were amazing blocks. And no, you cannot RC that.
It flashes, but listen, at least Mori was kind enough to not take your bar for that. But you know, this is still a pretty bad spot for Ignis. But as we've seen, ooh, clutch. Good.
Ignis still awake at the wheel.
Yeah, very awake at the wheel. Needs that one touch and the curse activation. There is next to no burst gauge available to Dullahan, and with an OD pop, he might be able to just steal out the round. Trying to force it, but the dash forward, able to narrowly avoid it. It's going to activate the OD just to force a little bit of curse. Finds the guard crush. Danger time is active. Misses the 2D. Has a lot of freedom here with this brief window where he cannot burst. Looks for the Hotar, dashes out carefully, or desperately trying to match that 5A there, but the jump in JB counter hit, and Dullahan is able to close things out 3-2 in the reset, being this week's Bbeuo bi-weekly champion. Holy moly.
That was... Yeah, that was insane.
That was tough. That was tough. That was really tight. I mean, it's extremely well played by both players. Despite, you know, some murmurings of connection issues, right? They definitely soldiered on through, made the most of it, made one heck of a show out of it, and I think they've absolutely played to their most limit, like their utmost limit. Stellar performance from everybody.
Bro, I look at Shadow Groker, it's just like, man, I missed the stream moment that the whole tournament ends. Like, bro.
Got lock in on the VOD.
You had 3 hours and 20 minutes.
It'll be online on the YouTube channel tomorrow. So the VOD will remain. Even though it will be scuffed because the tournament was a little bit scuffed, but we managed.
I mean, that's our sub name, right? Like, Scuff bi-weekly. Not that the... Maybe it'll change in 2026.
I mean, last year was rather good. That there weren't that many big issues, but well, they're coming back to us, it seems.
It happens. It's all more so the sign to go and play offline when you can, with the, you know, a prime opportunity coming in. I think January 10th to January 11th in Austria, right? Do not miss out on Outplayed Blaze Blue.
Exactly. The flyer will be online. Wait, not flyer. What am I even saying? Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. The graphic. Yeah, we have a graphic to chill for it in the outro. So then you know where and when it is. But I'm gonna post the link anyway. Just give me a second. Outplayed. And it's in the chat. January 10th to 11th at the Hilton in Vienna, Austria. Yeah, and the jerseys are actually ordered. They're still processing. I hope they make it in time. I even paid extra for the quick delivery. So I hope they'll make it in time and I'll bring them to the event.
Yippee.
Yay.
Alright then. I think that's everything for today. Kind of fucked.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, actually that was the last event for this year. We'll start over again next year. Yeah. See you then.
Yeah.
I hope.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bbeuo gang reuniting at Austria.